But hey guys, Found White's here. Welcome to the good old glorious Truck and Talk Thursdays. I don't know what kind of intro I usually do for this thing. I'm joined with.
Oh God, why I can't mute the stream. This is very distressing. I'm
Oh.
Dragon. Hi, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I hope hopefully you guys love the bak 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 moment that just happened about 33 seconds ago before I hit the guardrail right now.
Nice. Yes,
And
that.
yeah, welcome to what's gonna be, at least for the time being, the last Truck and Talk Thursday
Don't,
for this week. But
don't.
hey, we'll hopefully have new fun shit coming out in the next coming weeks after that. Mostly on YouTube. So I'm just gonna do it now. I'm gonna promote my YouTube now. If you haven't followed me already on YouTube, feel free, please subscribe to me on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch, unless if you're already watching on this YouTube and subscribe, awesome. If not, hit the subscribe button. You'll see more videos from me real soon. A
He's
lot of
getting
stuff.
closer to 300, so like that would
I
be cool.
am. It was funny because like I think this morning I just saw it goes from 282 to 283 to 284. I was like, hey guys, what's up?
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
Nice.
so for those who haven't subbed, feel free, please do. Yeah, getting close to 300. It'd be cool to hit that. Maybe during
And
trips
those of
and
you
whatnot.
on YouTube should follow him on Twitch because I don't know if he knows this, but he's 5 away from 100.
I am. Oh shit, I am, huh?
Yeah, so YouTube people, come on over here. We like having late night talks.
Definitely. I mean,
For East
sure,
Coast
it may
people.
not happen. It may not happen like in the near future, but who knows? There could be a surprise stream. And with that, you should also follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. That's where you get your updates and fun shit and whatnot. I don't know why I'm promoting this now, but I think it's also fitting at the same time for this week's stream, considering what's gonna be happening and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and like because of what's happening for this derp in the next month, you can go follow
Aha!
him
There it
on
is.
Instagram. Because I'm gonna be encouraging him to post photos. Because this week it's funny because he posted photos on Twitter this week, and then I was so gonna be that person to be like, this should have been on Instagram. Because he posted those pretty like flower photos on Twitter, and I was like, why just
Oh
not
yeah, I
Instagram
did.
posts?
I was gonna do that, yeah, because I took a picture of a bee. Because hooray for my phone, my current phone, my Note 20 Ultra. I could like zoom in like 20 times. Sure, it looks kind of crap at times, but hey, you see a bee and a flower. I actually been meaning to post a flower one, but I was like stupidly hesitant, and I don't know why.
It's a flower.
It's really pretty flowers that my parents have grown over the years. It's amazing.
Do it
So,
tomorrow morning before you go. Just like, Mom,
oh
Dad,
yeah, I
1 second,
should.
I gotta stop in the yard. And like, just
No one
go.
anything. My mom's gonna be doing the same thing right before we leave anyway, so it's like it's just fitting that we both do it.
Oh, look at that.
So
There's
yeah,
all his promotions. So do all the things because he's got a lot coming up.
I do. I'm hoping you also do have a lot coming up, Dragon. Feel free to promote your thing. That's why on the title there's exclamation point Dragon. I always
I'm like,
have
I
I
can't
always have
spell
my
my own name.
guest stuff in there. Whee!
Oh my god.
I swung that shit. Okay, I need to back up.
At least you didn't hit the little like parking booth
I
ticket
thought I was gonna hit the person.
sticker.
I was so scared about it. I was like, oh, thank God I swung this pretty sharply.
Um, I do have a lot going on. In terms of like my channel is close to 30 subscribers.
Ooh.
It makes me sound like a big baby here compared to what milestones he's close to, but I've had to start from the very beginning. So
Yeah, that's the very unfortunate part. And again, watch the past Trucker Talks. You'll probably know what would have happened. We're not gonna go over it here.
nah, I will don't have enough alcohol for that. Anyway, um, but yeah, I'm very close to 30 subscribers. I'm 5 away now. I used to be 4 away. Something happened. Who knows? Life happens. But
Right.
I post 2 videos a week. They're very consistent with either Stardew Valley, and I'm loving the way my farm looks right now. I'm
Ooh.
so excited for all the upgrades I've done, all the farming, the crops, and how organized I am on Stardew somehow.
Pretty on
So
point.
check it out and like it. Help me figure out who the hell I should date because I still don't know. We need a love interest. That's what makes a great story.
Need a
And
beautiful love interest.
yeah, the second video of the week, every Thursday, I upload my podcast because I
Ooh,
do
your
the Dragon's
podcast,
Den
definitely.
podcast. We spent like 4 weeks on anime, and now I've transitioned to more of my other forms of entertainment and influences they have on me. So I started this week with television
Ooh.
shows, and influences on me. And it's an interesting one because I didn't realize how many times I like started a genre and then left that genre and then came back to the genre, and like I'm recycled my interest, and I have a really fun little realization at the end of that podcast where I'm like, wow, that's what I like. I now know what shows and forms of entertainment I like. That's cool.
Because I
So
mean, things change obviously through life and your interests too, right? So.
yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of a neat journey to listen to. So
Mm-hmm.
go check it out. And next week will be, where is my podcast notebook? I'm so organized, guys. I have a podcast notebook. Next week will be my favorite books and authors and influences. That was
Ooh.
good.
And knowing you that you're an avid reader,
Yes.
it'd
So
be interesting to hear your tastes on books. I mean, I've got a glimpse of it as you've been telling me throughout as friends, but always good to
yeah,
see it all like be prepared in one formal like
I can tell
episode.
you this: the very first book series I remember getting into was Junie B. Jones.
Aha! Okay, yeah, that
I
makes.
was an avid, addicted reader to Junie B. Jones, and then Junie B. Jones goes to first grade. Never into Judy Blume though, surprisingly. I should have been.
Really?
But then I did all the Treehouse books.
Like who else, honestly? Who hasn't?
They were good. They were good, man. And then I, like, for some reason, skipped a lot of years and became, oh, God, was it grade one that I was reading almost at a college level?
Whoa.
Yeah, I was a hardcore avid reader. Like, I understood words like
Mm-hmm.
maximum and minimum at that age.
What a for a 6-year-old. Also, hi, Kyo Lover. Oh my god, I haven't seen that name in a while.
Kia, hello.
My mouth getting dry, but hi, hello. I am totally not driving in the middle of the road right now. Here we go.
Yeah, that's. I know Kyo likes this game a lot, so I'm happy to see Kyo here.
Oh really? How are
Yeah,
you two?
she's been playing a lot. I see it on
Ah.
Discord. How are we? Take it
Um.
away.
Oh yeah, I guess we could finally start off this podcast. I mean, like I didn't want to break your convo with the books, but hopefully we'll get back into it as well. Cause
Oh yeah, we'll get
man,
there.
oh yeah. How have I been? Well, um, I've been pretty productive. I've been telling this dragon just right before I started streaming, and I should have probably held it until I actually streamed. But I've been very productive this week in terms of recording 5 episodes of GeoGuessr because I cannot stop playing that thing, especially since I'm traveling tomorrow.
Mm.
It just really enticed me to travel, so I just did that, and I did all of United States, which is great. Um, I'm gonna say is that I did so well the first time, I could not beat that score that next 2 times, because my God, I don't know what I got myself into. It's like you think it's in one state, but then you second choice it's in another state, but then realize that it was actually the first state you decided to say, you predicted.
Nice.
So I always second guess myself. It's great, but I had fun. Hopefully, it'll prepare me for these travels. Woo! I'm for just a little context. I am traveling around America starting tomorrow. Um,
He says America, but really it's like what, West and Central?
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing past uh the Mississippi River. I don't think we're going. I mean, I did say this on the GeoGuessr episodes. I kind of wish I could joke myself on just driving or if we go east of the Mississippi for once
Yes,
and whatnot. So that'd be pretty cool. Lol. Good job, Nightbot. Um,
I took care of it, but because he's wow, Nightbot, really?
right, that's what I said.
Damn, I just noticed the like double text. I was like, did I do that? No, no. Hi, Kia. Um, I'm in the stream, so that's why I'm not chatting in
Yeah,
chat.
that.
But
Oh, that's fair.
I wanted to post YouTube there, so Keo, go check out his YouTube. That's where he posts all his Euro Truck, American Truck
Oh yeah, I
games
have
and
over there.
videos on there as well from like the streams. So go check those out. I know
Yeah,
you
man.
love American Truck, so just there you go. I'm
Oh
plugging
God,
him
you're probably gonna
to
love me
cater you.
driving across America. At least when I did this all back in November. Oh, thank you. Yeah, like I did all American Truck Simulator. I also have like a good majority of the expansion packs. So have fun seeing all the new roads and me crashing in a bunch of places by accident.
Absolutely.
Every
That
times I
is right
accidentally
by the
sped.
microphone. I'm so sorry. I'm just pouring a drink right at my mic. It's all good.
Nice. It's okay. I always loved having a little bit of ASMR on it. Hopefully you guys could hear Dragon as well. Oh, whoa! Awesome! Thank you, Kyo, for the tier 1
Oh,
subscription.
thank you. You're so supportive, Keo. We
Thank
appreciate you.
you. Definitely appreciate it. Man, now I need to actually try and stream when I'm out. I will do it. Maybe I'll do a
Because
just
you're
chatting
in such
stream.
a supportive mood, there's that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Always.
shameless plug, but
Shameless plug. But hey,
yes.
you're helpful. You're my helpful moderator and assistant.
Yes. But you should explain like exactly where you're going on your trip because you're going to
Oh,
quite a few states.
I am. Well, at least for the first couple of days, we're gonna be at Tahoe, so it's not really like we won't. I'm not technically far from where I'm at that point, but
Mm.
starting, I would say in about like 5 to 6 days from now, we'll be heading up towards Utah, Idaho, and Yellowstone, up in Wyoming slash Montana, technically. Um,
He's gonna be like 13 hours away from me, but that's fine.
like actually though.
I didn't look it up. What?
It's actually 13 hours. That's still pretty close. Yeah, heading up
Oh,
towards Yellowstone for the couple days there, then heading down towards Colorado via the Rockies, then eventually to Texas to visit my brother. He lives in Central Texas. And from there, I'm very unsure where we're going to be going after that. Whether it'd be staying in Texas for a couple months, a month or two, whatnot. Um, and then eventually travel back to United States. Hi, California. But we're gonna be taking a completely different route. I have a family in Idaho and love going to Yellowstone when I was a kid. Ooh, and live in Texas. Ooh, curious if I don't end up hopefully I don't dox you too much. Where in Texas do you live?
also I lied. It's 11 and a half hours. That's how close you're gonna
That's even
be.
closer.
Damn. I'll meet you there.
You're
Just
just
kidding.
south of Austin. Oh, that's funny. Like,
That's
uh,
hilarious.
cause my brother lives an hour north of Austin. We're like kind of the opposite directions, but like yeah, my brother lives between Austin and Dallas on the 35, so it's actually relatively not far from you if considering it. I know for the fact we're gonna be visiting Austin and San Antonio, and then maybe the other big cities as well while we're in Texas to fully experience Texas for a little bit of a long term. It'll be great. Because it's been like 7 years since my parents and I have been to Texas, and we only did it for like less than a week, and a good majority of it was prepping my brother to have a livable condition in his condo. I wish I was kidding, but that's what actually happened. Like 30 minutes from San Antonio, 20 minutes from Austin. Dang. Who knows? There's a possibility. Like, who knows? We end up could be meeting up. I mean, I would just say follow me on Twitter. You could probably figure out where I'd be. And I'll usually try to post
Daily.
as live as possible. I try not to delay it too much. But if you have any suggestions, feel free to even put it here as well. because that'd be great to get as many suggestions as we can as we travel everywhere. Ish.
Hmm.
But that's cool. So, yeah, that's what we're going to. Nailed it. Truck, 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 truck. Come on, come on, come on. Let me get in. Thank you. Okay. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but. But yeah, so that's like basically the whole itinerary of sorts. Oh, in terms of like going back home, this is still like in question at the moment, but we're planning to go, I think, New Mexico, back to Utah, but southern Utah, Vegas because gambling. Ah,
Casinos.
yeah, and then back home to California. I would suggest Alamo. I that's the thing I forgot to visit when we were in San Antonio, the Alamo, and the Bob Bullock Museum in Austin. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna try to remember 16 minutes in chat to relook at that and then actually type it down, like type
I
it out.
got you, fam. I'm here.
You got me. Thanks, Dragon. I'll definitely check it out because I know there's like a couple of things to visit in Austin and definitely San Antonio. But like if like any more suggestions, I could probably like convince my parents to just see if we could like go that way or whatnot.
The only thing I know in San Antonio is the San Antonio Spurs.
Like Cavallo
There's
too
a
as well.
stadium there because it's a soccer stadium that I know.
So you know what's funny? 2014, we went there to that
What?
stadium. Yeah, we did. Because my brother's, no, actually, my brother's technically a Portland Trailblazers fan, but we decided to visit the stadium for the Spurs over there,
I've
just
seen
because
even played against
basketball.
them.
Really?
Oh, it's a basketball team. It's also a soccer team. Maybe it's not Spurs. Maybe there's something else. One moment, please.
We visited that. We were also gonna do Riverwalk, but that one day we were there, it was both very busy and very humid. Granted, it was summer. This was July, so I'm not very surprised. But we decided to bail out and head back north right after doing that.
Okay, but like the owner is Spurs Sports, okay? So I wasn't too far off.
No, you
But they
wouldn't be.
changed
Did
their
they
name to
play in
San
the same
Antonio FC.
stadium?
They play in Toyota Field.
I'm trying to remember the name of that one now. Texas get hot like in like April or May. Oh, I bet, and it probably gets very humid. So I can't wait. It's been a while since I went to humid weather. Ever since, oddly enough, the Philippines. So this will be great. Nah, but it's probably better. And also, as I don't know if it's gonna be weird to say this or not, but I low key cannot wait to go back to Whataburger. I just want to go back because I remember having Whataburger in 2014, and I'm just like, you know what? This is pretty decent. I really like it. Haven't had that. Haven't had that in a while. Ah.
I've never had it. There you go. I mind you, I've never been to that part of Central South America.
Mhm.
I've been to Florida,
Right.
but not like west.
Like the true central of
To be
America.
fair, I've done a lot of like coastal travel in America because
You did.
I've been in Washington, Oregon, and I've been
You
in
basically did the whole
California, and I
Pacific
did
coast.
yeah, I've seen the entire Pacific coast because I flew to Mexico and we traveled along the
Mhm.
entire Pacific coast right down to Puerto Vallarta. And then
Dang.
we drove from Florida all the way to Virginia Beach one summer
Oh
with
yeah, you
friends.
did.
So I've seen both coasts,
That's pretty cool.
but I haven't seen like the rest of America.
I still need to try In and Out. I forget where the nearest In and Out in Texas is. Is it Houston or Dallas?
See, I've had In and Out, so I win a little bit there.
Speaking of In and Out, apparently my city is getting a second In and Out finally.
Okay.
Within a and it's within a 2 mile radius, which is
Oh my god, that's
crazy.
like every Tim Hortons here.
There's one in San Marcos. Oh, okay. Are they like? I think they're slowly opening up in Texas, right? They're slowly expanding Central.
Hmm.
Because I know they've gotten pretty far compared to the last time I was there. There's also like one place I need to try, and I think it's like I don't know if this is a if it was a southern thing, southern central thing, or actually nationwide. But I heard because my friends and I did a whole chicken sandwich challenge a couple weeks back, and my friend said that the best chicken sandwich out there completely is Raising Cane's. Now, don't get me wrong, Chick-fil-A is still great, even with its suspicious ethics. But I heard Raising Cane's has a really good chicken sandwich, and I know for the fact where I'm going to be going, there's a Raising Cane's nearby, so I can't wait to try it.
Nice.
Did I miss my turn? I hope I didn't. But there's like a whole like a bunch of other things. I I also blame YouTube for telling me about Bucky's, with being the one in fuck, what town is that between Austin and San Antonio? That has the biggest, supposedly the biggest convenience store in all of America, our biggest gas station in all of America. Raising Cane's is okay. I haven't had their sandwiches though. New Braunfels, there we go. Right. Um, yeah, I'm also tempted to go to Bucky's, except I know there's actually one where my brother lives nearby, so I don't think I have to go to New Braunfels for that. But like I've been seeing so much YouTube videos from it for like the past 2 years. It's like, man, I kind of want to go back to Texas. How did I miss this? It's probably not as hype up to be as a Texan resident, I think. But I kind of just want to see what all the hubbub is, because that's what I usually do.
Hmm.
And literally compared to all the haven't been inside yet. Oh, okay. Because well, especially for our travels, we have a very strong preference of a certain truck stop brand through to travels, which I think we're just gonna be doing the same thing. So it'll be like great to compare that to like Bucky's and whatever. Um, but yeah, like those are like some like if you have any other suggestions, I just noticed you follow me on Twitter, so thank you for the follow. If you have any other suggestions, I may post like out like, hey, what is here in terms of food or anything like that. So like food, locations to visit, like points of interest or whatnot. Pass it my way, and I'll probably pass it to my parents and see if they're all up for it. For the most part, they would be too.
You and your family are pretty similar.
Yeah. Okay, hit me up and see what you get. All right, awesome. We'll do that.
Look at us forming connections and things. Oh.
Right. In terms of like preparation, I have made couple video. I've made like 5 weeks worth of videos that will be going up once a week if I don't end up vlogging. I'm hoping I'll do vlog throughout this whole trip. Hence why I promoted my YouTube just a little bit before. Um, yeah, but like in terms of like preparation even for the trip, oddly enough, my parents wanted me to pack as early as a week ago, so everything is packed in terms of clothes. We're just finalizing toiletries, sundries, and all that stuff. In terms of technology, I finally figured out what laptop I'm actually going to bring, Dragon. I know you messaged me this morning about that.
This
Um,
morning? I think I did yesterday.
was it yesterday? I thought it was this morning.
There's been
Oh no, yeah, it was.
times.
It was
If I would have
yesterday.
texted you this morning, it would have been at 4 a.m. and you would have killed me.
I think I remember yours. The text was just the chuck and talk part. Yeah, so it was Thursday or yesterday. Ugh. Today's Thursday, Daryl.
Yep.
But yeah, now I finally figured out what laptop I'm gonna bring. So it's gonna be my Dell laptop. I was really thinking about my MacBook Pro, but I felt like I could do a little bit more on my Dell laptop with it. So we are going Idaho in the end of May, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm taking. Oh boy. Um, for me, because I've collected a whole buttload of electronics before travel, I'm gonna be bringing a good majority of this, and I'm gonna see how well I'm going to use them. So what I have so far is my Dell laptop, which I'm going to be hopefully editing videos on. I do have my editing program in there. This is the gas station. Damn it! I wanted to pass the gas station. Um, I got that. I got a DSLR for photos, maybe a little bit of video. Dude, I signaled right. Um,
That's a red light violation, though.
Usually it's fine driving, turning right on red, unless if it's no right on red. Usually, though.
Like that's what's funny about Canada? The
What was
only
that?
province that has the law that you can't turn right on red is Quebec.
Damn you, French Canadians!
Quebec always has the weird exceptions to things. I noticed this now, and I don't understand.
They're truly the special province.
Yeah, we pat them on the head and we're like, you'll get better.
It's like they're there.
Get there.
So yeah, no, like I have that. I have my DSLR. I also have a smartphone gimbal, so I maybe use that as like an alternative to my mini tripod that I have. Just for like some those nice smooth stabilized shots if I go out to like pretty good points of interest and whatnot. Um, my other small point and shoot camera just as a backup to record stuff because I really do want to vlog this time. I like as much as I like doing taking pictures to recollect memories because pictures worth 1,000 words and whatnot. I feel like a video is worth a million, and it'd be great to at least record these memories, especially traveling out, especially even during this extraordinary time. It'd be cool to like recall what has happened, through the means of travel, really.
Yeah, oh man, if you were going all the way to like the East Coast, some of the states there have like lifted their mandate, like the mask mandate there. It would have
Oh
been an
boy,
interesting, like entering one state, mask everywhere, next state.
right.
Whatever you want, free reign.
I know. It's gonna be great for Texas because I know they already had that mask-free ordinance
Oh,
months
really?
ago. Yeah, I mean
I
it's
know
not
New
gonna
York
stop
plans for it, like New York City plans for it July 1st.
in July for. Oh boy, that's gonna be great. Right before the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, they picked Canada Day to do it. All right, New York. I say
They
that
want to
teasingly because,
respect
like,
you
New
in so
York and
many ways.
Toronto, like, New York and Toronto have this weird feud out east. So, like, it's
Hmm.
just kind of funny that, like, New York City's like, Canada, mask free
Right.
mandate, here we go.
Oh, that's not understandable. Yeah, we still wears ours though. Good. We are not comfortable to not. Yeah. Definitely for us, we're gonna be still wearing our masks wherever we go, even if they say no mask. Because, sure, I'm fully vaccinated. My parents are fully vaccinated, but that's not gonna stop us to wear a mask. I just wanna just have some courtesy amongst other people, so they don't have to get sick and whatnot. My spelling is on point tonight, aren't we all? It's okay. It's normal. This is normal for my chat usually.
I'm not gonna say anything about spelling because I work in a job that actually tells me to look for people's spelling errors, so I will be good
Really.
tonight and just no
Just
comments
keep
about.
it just keep it amongst yourself in some ways. But I mean, I don't care. If I always love the good typos. Typos are great because usually I end up reading the typos by accident or on
My favorite
purpose.
typo has been like whenever someone misspells sec, like I'll be there in a sec, to
Uh
like I'll
huh.
be there in a sex, and I'm like,
Oh
yikes,
no.
yeah, you will.
Yikes. Yikes. Lol. I work tonight and I have to write emails or chat to people. Oh, that's beautiful. I love when like that happens. It's like I remember just like working like last year, just be trying to type up an email very tiredly. It's like, and I read my emails like, hell did I just type? Delete, 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 delete.
I
So
say
I'm
that
already
I'm
messing
like,
up. That's fine.
I, I say that I'm really good at my job and like keeping track of other people's errors. I absolutely
Hmm.
am. But when it comes to like my rambling feedback to students, that's when I have to go back and like, that's the wrong
Proofread.
word. That's I forgot my own comma, and I'm talking about a comma error in their paper.
Right.
Yikes! I gotta fix this.
God, you
So
always gotta love writing rambles though.
oh God, I have a rant about this job later.
Oh,
Yeah.
I work graveyard shift. Oh boy, that's gonna be great.
Oh, I used to do that. Glad I don't now. Instead, I work either like 7 a.m. or like 1 p.m. and it's never in between.
It's one or the other.
Hmm. Although next week I think she has me working like a weird 9:30 shift, and I'm like,
Hey,
what?
look, the in between.
a Sunday this week.
Ew.
Yeah, and it's a 7 a.m. shift on a Sunday
Why?
for 4
It's not.
hours.
It's not even Mother's Day. Mother's Day is until next week. I don't know why I had to point that out, but I did.
Mothers, I'll buy her flowers. I get a discount at my work, so the $4 flowers will actually be $3.60. You're welcome,
Hey,
Mom.
I like how you mathed that already. 20% off?
No, 10%.
10% off. All right,
Yeah,
$4.
$4, 40
40
cents.
cents. I can
I'm
math.
getting better at discount math.
See, that's the thing. That's the best math to have. Discount math.
Yep. Yep.
If you're like, your 10s and 20%, you got it on point.
I can do 10, 20s, and 25 now pretty easily.
So you could probably all do all like the other derivatives and such. So you could, like, if you need to figure out 30%, 3 times 10%.
Yeah, I have this app. Maybe Kyo, you might be interested in it. You do have to pay for it, so that's just the sad thing about it. But it's called Elevate, and it tests you on your reading, math, speaking, all those kinds of skills. So literacy, math literacy, speaking, those kinds of skills, and it helps you develop these skills. So I always get discounting like daily, and so I'm just like, I don't wanna. This is math. I hate math. But then, like, after I've had this app now for a year. And now I'm like, oh, cool. That thing's priced like $30 and it's 25% off. That's easy math. I can do this.
Hey. Because like usually when they don't give that actual math, it's like 25% off, but you don't know what the actual 25% off, like, the sale price is.
Yeah.
Like, you have to figure that out yourself. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, as you've noticed.
Yeah, I hate it when it's like 25% off and then the price is like $16.99 or something. I'm like,
Rounded 17, but still.
no, give me whole numbers, please.
It's funny because usually if I try to, like, round something like that, yeah, unless if it's really close to the lowest dollar, it always goes up one, and then just always expect more of a discount from there. That's usually my method. So it's like, if it was like $12.49, assume $13.
Nice.
I so thought you were gonna flip the check. I thought so too, because it was dark. I was already going too fast, and thank God there was not another car there.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I got a wheel and pedals, it's been so much harder to drive, but also great to drive too.
Yeah, he actually has like an actual wheel and pedals like for his setup.
I do. It's amazing. I love it. Bought it during the pandemic, yet it got cheaper. Oh well, that's fine.
That always
It served
happens
its
though.
purpose for the whole 6 months that I've been live streaming this, so it's great. You do the mouse and keyboard.
Same.
I remember early days of Truck and Talk. I did controller.
Yes, he did.
I got very used to that, and then now with a wheel, it's like so
Ooh.
precise, but also way too precise if I'm going too fast. So the lay flip.
Mm-hmm. Which has happened. Check out
Many a
previous videos
times.
for that.
Oh yeah, many a times. That was gonna be very awkward if I didn't look in the road. In terms of, okay, prep. Did that, got that. Also brought my battery, like backup battery. It's just in case, especially when you're out and about. Sure, cars have like USB ports and everything, but you don't want to kill your car battery. That'd be bad. So I
Mm-hmm.
always bring external batteries, cables, chargers for all of them. I'm also planning to bring my Switch. I'm pray to God I end up using my Switch because I haven't used my Switch in a year.
That'll be nice. To
It's
see
all
like
fully
you come online, I'll be like, what?
right. I know, right? I'm gonna be like playing my game and be like, ooh. I still need to progress to the Digimon game that I bought a year ago and only went through chapter 2 and then turned it off and went back to PC gaming. That's legit what
Wow.
happened. But I brought that just for additional entertainment and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Are
like
you
all
bringing any books?
actually no.
I thought I had more of an influence on you than that. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, low key. I need to like figure because I'm gonna go back to a little bit of anime here. I should probably figure out how I'm gonna load up the Kindle app on my tablet so I could finish reading Shield Hero that I have not done yet.
Oh man.
I have book 9 ready. I could probably read that during the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
And I continue reading it as we go through.
Yeah. God, there's some manga that I want to read,
Ooh.
but I have to find
Yeah.
out where and how.
That's always the fun part. There's so many places to read them. I need to figure
Mhm.
out the books I'm taking. Ah. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Um, but this is going to be interesting this time around because it's like there is the high possibility that I will be driving half the time.
Mhm.
Actually, no, there is going to be a time I'll be driving half the time. So half the time I'll probably be listening to music. I'll maybe try to read a book, but most likely if I'm going to read something, it's going to be at the hotel room. When there's nothing else to do, I'll be like, all right, read.
Yeah. Plus, you don't want to get motion sick or anything like that either.
True. Huh? I've never don't really recall if I have motion sickness or not because I haven't really like read uh
Mhm.
on a tablet and then looked up and be like woozy per se, but I don't know if I want to test that out either at the moment.
Exactly. It's funny because like growing up, I never did because we took a lot of like car trips because we lived
Uh huh.
3 hours north from like the rest of my family basically for quite a
Right.
long time. So we would just I would like read straight through the 3 hours and like
Mm-hmm.
be perfectly fine. Now I can't even like go on social media and read articles on the bus because
Oh,
I'm just like,
really?
oh, hello, oh god.
Ooh, interesting.
I know, right?
Oh man, like I kind of want to like. I think I'd be okay, but I don't know in terms of a longer road trip. Like, if you're just going like that, and I look up and be like, all right, and I'm gone.
Yep.
I have the
Ooh.
prequel to the Hunger Games series, the Twilight series, as told through Edward's eyes. A few murder mysteries, and to read and some puzzle books. Ooh, that's pretty cool.
That's a pretty good like selection there.
That's a really good spread, especially for a road trip like that. It's a road trip,
Mhm.
right, Kyo? Going from Texas to Idaho. Because if so, that'd be a pretty good spectrum of like books and whatnot to just read and waste time with, really.
Mhm.
Especially, yeah, it takes about 2 days. Oh, I bet. I'm gonna be experiencing roughly the same thing, except I think we're gonna take about 3-ish days to do it, going from Yellowstone, so around like kind of relative to maybe where you're going to Central Texas. So it's gonna be about that long, is what we're seeing.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just gonna be interested just to see like um, what protocols some of these guys have done, like rest stops and whatnot,
Oh yeah.
because well, it's interesting when you have COVID chugging along here.
Mhm. My
Um,
province made a really dumb mistake and like closed the washrooms at truck stops
oh
at
no,
one point,
why?
and like we have truck drivers. That's a huge industry up here.
Right.
Um, and like yeah, they revolted quickly. And they like opened it up after like a week and a half, realizing, oh shit, right, we have truck stops for truck drivers.
Right.
Duh.
That's a yikes. I'm hoping that's not gonna be like that too much. Like we could at least stop through like rest stops. Like truck stops I would be like usually okay with, like for like the ones that has the gas station and whatnot, because usually they'll be open for the most part because they're
Hmm.
really essential if you think about it. But the
Yeah.
only things like we're like kind of worried about is like rest stops, because my mom has a very small bladder and she likes to use the restroom frequently. So knowing that if a rest stop is closed, we're gonna have to keep going until we get to a truck stop, which could be like 20-30 miles away from that rest stop,
Yeah.
because they're like pretty spaced apart. Oops. What speed is it? 40? Really? I'm driving 6 over and it is a ticket, I guess.
Yes. Yes, Daryl.
Dang it, I'm back at 51. Let's go.
Oh
There
god,
we go.
that's rough leaving right after work. Oof, I've done that.
Oh, I was gonna sleep for long for Thursday. Oh, yeah. Hopefully you could get at least some decent sleep in the car for that time in the time being. Um, I also saw on the news today that it's gonna be possible $3 again and a possible gas shortage. It's already like $3 plus a gallon here in California. I
It's
wonder
bad
what it's
up
gonna
here
be.
too. It's bad up here too. So
Is it?
we don't do gallons, we do liters. So I'm very
Liters, right?
sorry, by the way, for this kind of Canadianness here.
Oh,
But
I could figure out the conversion for that. So, but go ahead.
my sister's been trying to like not do a lot of like driving right now because it's like a
Uh
dollar
huh.
29 to the liter.
That is a lot. That is, if you multiply that by four, almost, that's already $5 a gallon.
Yeah,
I think
it's
if
pretty
in
bad up
like
here.
retrospect, it's like four plus a gallon if you do the actual conversion. But I just
Hmm.
rounded to 4 liters per gallon because I think it's 3.78. So that's still a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So she's been trying her best. So I've been like trying to be like not that lame person that's like, hey,
Pick me up.
you wanna take me to work? Because Daniela called me
Right.
in early. So tomorrow, I'm like, if Daniela calls me to come into work early, I'm saying no, because I've been her hero all week and I'm kind of over it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
I will be good and do my new busing, which I will get to in my segment of this truck
Ooh.
talk.
Oh yeah, it has started, didn't it?
Yes, since
Dang.
Sunday, my city, for context, did a huge overhaul of our transit system, and now there's like new routes and things like that that were put into place on Sunday. And being at bus stations this week have been very entertaining.
Just everyone be like, "Where the fuck is my bus?"
Yeah, what's going on? You're late. How come you're late? And then the bus drivers were like, we're new to these routes too, yo.
Give us some time. We'll get our schedule. We get our shut down later, man.
Yeah, like my bus like takes me kind of close to my front door basically.
Right.
It's been late like every single day that I've kind of been busing for
Oh.
work. And I've been super chill with it because I figured, big, hard, like, rush implementation of this. And I
Right.
was like, there's going to be issues. And so whenever they come up to 3 minutes late, I'm chill. But then people on the bus are like, why
Where
are
were
you late?
you?
You should have perfected this routine by the time this all came into place, blah, 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 blah. And then I remember the
Do you
bus
see
driver,
drivers preparing for this shit? No.
I remember the bus driver yesterday was hilarious because he's like, no,
Straight
um,
up nonchalantly, no.
we weren't given any training. We were given a map and told, here you go.
Oh boy, that's not fun.
Yeah, so I've been so patient with the bus drivers because I can't imagine all of what they're going through. And we've had people that have been like just so catty and rude, and I'm like, there's no place for this.
Right.
Everything's new, everyone's trying their best. Where it's a pandemic, like, just stay home.
Take your time.
Yeah, be chill. Then I realize not everybody's chill like me, so.
Right. You're like, yeah, like 3 minutes. That's not so bad. If it was like
Right.
20 to 30 minutes, I'd be worried very quickly, and
Yeah, all of a
be
sudden you have two buses show up, and you're like, yeah, so you showed up with the bus that comes like 20 minutes later than you? Why? Then you can start like calling 311 and complaining. That's my
okay.
number.
But like, now I'm curious because I experienced this back at San Francisco with Uni, where there's up to 4 buses bunched up together. Yes, that has happened. Which one do you ride? The first one, the middle few, if there's more than 2 buses, or the last bus to board.
I honestly, when I say I'm pretty chill about transit, I'm chill. So I will
Hmm.
do like the second or third one.
Okay,
Um,
same here.
I am not patient enough, unfortunately, to take the last one, because you never know when that one will leave,
Oh, I see what you mean.
right? Because like eventually, when you get on all three, wow,
That was a close
spam,
call. That was a close
spam,
call.
and highly illegal. But anyway, um, how have you not gotten more tickets on this journey yet? But uh, it's funny though because yeah, I'm very patient, but like yeah, when it comes
Hmm.
to buses, I've gotten on the point where like one of my buses have left early to go to work, and I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get there early, and then all of a sudden, we get stuck at a bus stop for 5 minutes because the bus left early because they
Oh
have to like
boy.
reduce the gap in service and that kind of thing. So I'm like,
I always hate that.
man,
Yeah, like I know for you guys, like you have a very strict schedule. Thank God for Muni. If it's late, fuck it, it's late. unless if bus, unless if bus wants to go on pseudo express and skip all the stops until it needs to catch up, which then pisses off every passenger who needs to get off at the intermediate stops. But that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I've experienced that too. More in London than here, though.
Right. Oh yeah, where it's a frequency-based schedule versus a schedule,
Yeah.
time-based
See,
schedule.
up here is a schedule. It's based on time.
Yeah. And technically, I
Yeah,
think
they're
London
always
and
late.
SF is technically, oddly enough, I think London and SF is technically time schedule, but they really base it on frequency because you have that leeway of plus or minus 5 minutes or so to do shit.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Our like LRT or like our
Mm-hmm.
little metro, whatever you want to call it, subway.
Right.
That's a frequency schedule, but our buses are.
That I kind of understand because usually rail, the only hindrance, at least for LRT, is you're gonna be it's like at a traffic light, but usually they have priority no matter what. So I could see where being on a frequency schedule. Oh, not doing that. Would make a little bit more sense.
Hmm. Yeah, except our LRTs often get stopped for waiting for lights to change because my city did not build this right.
Nice, that's great.
Hmm.
Same with San Francisco. Granted, it's a 100-year-old system, but it's still just as delayed, no matter what, because of one stupid ass shit happening over and over and over again.
See, in London, it was like our trains are old, yo, and there's usually a problem with the line,
Oh yeah,
especially Piccadilly. Oh my god.
well yeah, because those are like 40-year-old trains on that line.
Yeah, they're slowly
Train
getting
nerd here,
replaced,
sorry.
hey? They're slowly getting replaced, hey? Like they're slowly upgrading the trains on the Piccadilly line. I don't know why I know this. God dang it, I haven't lived in
Hey, but
London in
that's
like a
cool.
year, but hey.
Yeah, but that's cool. At least they're getting modern trains. I think they are one of the lines left to have old trains, except I think Bakerloo also has old trains still.
I think Victoria too.
Yeah, but at least they're
Sorry.
modernizing their fleet.
Also, London was the first place in Europe
Woo!
to have a train system. Just fun fact if you guys didn't know that. I read that
That's
in
true.
my Elevate app the other day, so. And then the next
Hey.
place was Hungary and it was Budapest.
Because I think London started in like 1850s, if I remember correctly.
1849. Budapest was
1849.
1863. How
Look
do
at
I
that.
remember this from 3 days ago?
And I know
You're
New
welcome.
York is 1904.
Boston was 1896.
Oh yeah, Boston is
Boston had
technically
it.
the first. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I'm doing
Boston
this
had
all
it
wrong
first.
today.
Yikes, you're watching that money go down, down, down,
I
down.
know. And I'm trying to like slow down my truck. It's like, dude, come on, let's go. It's downhill approach.
That's fun facts with Dragon for this episode. We can go back to Daryl's trip and stories. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, like everything is all packed up. I got my big ass heavy backpack that I have yet to. I didn't get a new one, unfortunately, but I really do love this old backpack so much that I feel like I'm gonna be using it until it breaks. Hopefully, it doesn't break during the trip.
That's a risk you're going to take.
Heck yeah, including especially when I have all that fun stuff in there. But I'll definitely will. Hopefully, maybe I could find a big bag to buy and maybe replace. We'll see. But everything is all set up over there. Um, our bags of clothes are also set up as well. We just gotta pack it up all into the car tomorrow, so it's gonna be fun playing Tetris with the car. It's gonna be great.
I do that every time I work at a superstore. I play Tetris with people's groceries in the back end of their car.
Hey, no lie. Sure, I know it's like kind of a hard for you, because yeah, but it's also somewhat fun as well.
Oh, it's definitely fun. I'm very entertained if I can get all these groceries in a tiny
Section of
like
the car,
trunk of the car, then I'm like,
right?
hee 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 hee, I did it, and the eggs are safe and secure. I think I
Oh,
win.
that's bonus points if you got that safe and secure.
Yeah. Um, but I have a lot of fun with it. The only thing that sucks is if it's a big truck and they want me to put
Oh,
it in the back end of their truck, like the actual
oh,
tailgate, and I'm like,
oh
I
boy.
I am 5'1" and your tailgate's longer than I am.
Do you
You
want me to
okay?
climb on this shit?
luckily the one day, the guy is like I don't remember what the kid's name was, but I'll just use Johnny for an example. Like, Johnny, get out there
Okay.
and climb up and put the groceries in the back. She can't do it. You do it.
Aww.
I was like, sweet.
At least they're thoughtful for that. Also, that's the best kind of Tetris. It is. No, the only issue is that if you have to grab something way in and it's already all like set up, how you want it, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass to take it all off, grab that one thing, and then put it back all together, and then you rage even more because for some odd reason, just removing that one thing messes up the whole Tetris game.
True that. I like playing Tetris within my grocery bags too.
Oh, those are
Cause like,
fun.
cause like, yeah, we do a lot of picking for groceries too. Cause I work
Mm-hmm.
as a personal shopper, so I like, especially cereal boxes. It's my favorite.
do, do,
But
do, do,
produce
do,
is
do,
really
do.
hard because it's all like round things or like oddly shaped things, and I'm like, I can't get this bag to be like straight or like
Yeah,
evenly like on one side of the
it's
container, and I'm like, man.
it's a lost cause when it comes to like fruits and vegetables. Usually that one just goes poof and then go.
Although I found a new trick for bananas.
Oh?
Instead of like laying them kind of like on the round edge, like
Uh-huh.
like the butt of the banana.
Right.
I don't know. You flip it and you put like the arch, so you can arch the bananas over like a bag of
Oh, so
apples
that
or
becomes
avocados.
actual relatively flat. You could actually put something under it. Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's been my new trick, and I love it. And
That's
Daniela's
pretty
like,
cool.
"Who did the bananas like this?" And I was like, "Me." And she's like, "Genius." I'm like, "Thanks." I've
I'm
only
gonna
been doing
do that
Pilates for
next
like
time.
7 months in a row, but you're welcome.
Dude, I'm gonna do that next time. If my parents decides to like bananas and like a round fruit or vegetable, I'm gonna try that. Put it
Yeah,
on the arch side and like that.
it works well over a bag of apples or oranges.
Ah, that makes sense. I see. I could see that.
Hmm.
Ooh, can't wait to try that.
You're
But yeah, no, like
welcome.
fruits and vegetables are just like it's just a bitch to put them properly.
I had one customer the other day had the audacity of ordering 16 individual apples instead of getting 2 bags of apples, and I'm just like,
Why?
I don't know how I'm gonna make this work in my bin because I think I might cry.
That's just painful.
Yeah, but then they also ordered 6 things of cantaloupes, and I'm like, okay,
Oh
I'm
boy,
dealing with
big
this
round
kind of
fruits.
customer.
They like it nice and raw.
They did order 5 bags of oranges too.
What are they making? A fruit salad?
No, I think it was for a daycare.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Cut fresh cut fruits for the little kiddos.
Yes.
That's pretty
Make
cool.
sure they eat healthy and easily washable vegetables because COVID.
Right.
Mhm.
Knowing them, they don't have the most prepared kitchen per se. I mean, maybe they do, but who knows?
Yeah, what was not fun was that was $1,000 order and I had to load it.
Ew.
We used we used both of our loading carts to take that order out.
Jeez.
We barely had enough room on those loading carts. And then like the lady's like, our back end isn't working, so I will help carry the bags to the back seats and such for you guys. And I'm like, we're gonna be out here for 15 minutes.
We could be doing a lot more things than doing this.
Yeah, and then while we were helping her, we have 6 parking spaces for pickup,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 customers came while we were helping her.
Oh, jeez. Full parking lot. Here we go.
Yeah, it was so funny. The lady, like, she shared the same time slot as that woman, like the
Right.
$1,000 order, and she was so sweet because she ended up coming back 2 hours later for her groceries. Because like every time she would come back after doing an errand, we had like 6 people in our parking spaces, and there's like no
Oh.
room for her. And she was just like, "It's totally okay. I understand. Like, I just for some reason today is a really busy day for you guys, and I picked a busy day."
Oh. Hey, at least those are the sweet people that are just
Yeah.
like, they understand.
We gave her a we gave her the free items that we have. So if you spend like $300 or more,
Mm-hmm.
you get like a free item from my work.
Right.
We gave her the free item, even though her order was like $100 and some only. We gave her a free item just
Hey,
because
courtesy.
we appreciate her so much.
Yeah.
She kept calling us
Increase.
during her craziness, like, "Are are you guys like less busy yet? And we're like, nope, sorry, ma'am, we're doing our best. And she's like, it's okay. I'm gonna go to the
Oh,
library and pick up a book. And they were like, okay.
I'll
And
pick
she
up a book.
literally like read her book near my work, like in her parking lot
Oh,
waiting.
that's a sweet lady.
Yeah,
Beer break. Okay, no worries. Take your time.
take your time.
We're gonna be here.
We will be.
Hello, 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 hello. Come on. Look at Jesus.
Get in your lane.
Um.
Oh.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Just setting up that whole Tetris board in the car, in the trunk of, in the back of the car. Um, I think we should be able to fit everything that we have. We do technically have a smaller trunk compared to the other cars we got. Um, but we will make do. We will fit it all, and we'll have a blast trying to pull it out from time to time.
Did I tell you? Okay, what was your previous car called again?
Honda Pilot.
I had to load groceries into a Pilot the other day.
Oh boy, how'd that go?
That big, that's a big car.
It is a big car.
I have little arms. That probably tells you how that went.
Yeah, no, that's a tall car. Like, surprisingly for a Japanese car, it's a tall car.
It really is, and like a huge like back end.
Mm-hmm.
And
Um,
so the lady was funny. She's like, "It's okay if you have to toss things. I get it." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll toss the cereal boxes,
that should be fine for the most part.
and then I'll just throw the bread on top because it should be fine." And the only thing I cared about
Oh,
was the eggs.
I mean that's understandable. It's eggs.
Hmm. What was nice about some cars, their back ends have like a little extra widening, like by the taillights. So like I like to tuck my eggs there for people's customers, and then put like bags beside it, so it's nice and secure, like against that you've destroyed every single sign.
I almost tipped. That's why. So I was like, I'm just gonna let my truck take a beating right now for the time being.
Wow, I was gonna
I'm not
keep
doing that in real life,
describing.
guys.
I can't believe I'm describing and going into detail about trunks in cars, but I really appreciate the trunks that have like the extra sides,
Right.
like little tiny extra
All
sides
like
that I can
little nooks.
slide the eggs in. Yeah, and then I can put like their bags beside them, and I'm like, I know the eggs are safe. I can breathe.
I'm kind of curious. I never thought of asking this question until now, actually. Out of all the trunks you've loaded, right?
Mhm.
How many of them have nets in the back? Assuming they're an SUV.
Quite a few.
Okay.
Um, the only trunks that I hate are the ones that have all of their other personal shit in it, and you have to make
Oh,
do and find ways to put groceries around it.
right.
Those are usually and big ass trucks that they make me throw their groceries into.
Cause tiny.
I'm only 5'1", and I have instead of T-Rex arms, we're now calling them Yoda arms.
Yoda arms.
Yeah. Um, but you have other things to talk about this week, like an interview per se. So I'm gonna let you do that while I go pee.
Oh, right. I do. Okay. Feel
He
free
had
to
an
go pee.
interview. He will tell you all
I
about it.
did. So throughout this week of being productive and preparing for the trip tomorrow, I actually had an interview on Tuesday. Was for a technician position, IT, basically an IT position. For those who have doesn't know, I graduated in computer science, but went into the IT field for the past 2 years, almost 2 years. When I worked for the census, I was the IT manager for my office, so that was great. But I started to apply for like more IT positions. I had another in-person interview, which was very interesting because it was like we were all in a closed office, but masks on, so all safe, and apparently we were both fully vaccinated, which is woo. But had a fun time doing the interview. Lasted about an hour. Um, I remember this interview being very technical in ways where I had to like really figure out truly IT networking stuff. Which definitely makes sense considering the position I'm going to. But my God, there were some questions I was able to answer, like what is a Ethernet jack? What is a phone jack or router or switch? But then there was like other questions were like really dependent on like the certain server programs they're there. And there's some questions I was able to answer. Many of like, can you help me through this question? Because my brain is basically gone right now. And for the most part, it's like I understood the gist of the question. Now, was I able to answer it with the technical terms they were looking for? Unfortunately, for some questions, no. I was able to give it like in a very big layman terms, but for some of those, they don't want that layman terms. They really want to have like the very specific term they use for things. So I pretty much was assisted through that interview, just trying to remember a lot of the technical questions and whatnot. Um, in terms of that, though, went through the whole interview, never had too much of an issue. I am sorry, car. I thought I was paused. Oh, okay. But I went through that interview pretty well. I'm hoping to get a response here on Friday to see if we're gonna move on, which is gonna be interesting because they said they want to hire someone in the next 2 weeks. And I actually did tell them I will be gone for a month or two, so we'll see if they would accept me or not. Apparently, they had a lot of interviewers or interviewees that time, and like my last interview, I was the last person to get interviewed. It's my turn. Ah, nope. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. This is awkward. Very awkward. Very awkward.
What a moment to come back to.
I went the wrong way. I took the wrong turn. But yeah, like I went through the interview. So just a little gist here, Dragon. Went through the interview, had a little bit of like moments where I mean there were moments where I did know the answer, but then when he asked for more, my brain made a complete blank, and I got
Oh, no.
so like I'd say for like and some of the questions I had to be like quote unquote assisted in the question per se
Mm.
because some of the things I just don't know in like very specific or technical terms. I was able to answer them in layman terms in some ways, but I guess that's what they're not looking for at that time,
Aw.
which is great. But hopefully, I'll get a response by Friday to see if I move on or not. And it will be interesting because if they're looking for someone in the next 2 weeks and I'm in there in that pool, it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, I even told the interview that I would actually be gone.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because he asked the question, it's like, when will you be ready to start? So like, you know what, let me just be truthful with you. I've already went through this whole interview process and whatnot, but I'd rather be truthful that hey, I'm gonna be gone. And if you're looking to hire someone in July, I would be more than welcome to join the team. You know,
Mm, that may not have been the best strategy.
it wouldn't, but I felt like throughout that whole interview, like I was pretty assisted, so it's like, you know what,
Yeah, at
forget
that
it.
point
I'll
you're
just
like,
be at that point. I'll just be truthful about like what's going on.
that's fair.
But yeah, probably not the smartest thing. I mean, like if I wasn't, going on this long road trip tomorrow, yeah, I would have said, yeah, I'll be ready to work as soon as possible.
Right.
Definitely. Um, so so I went through that in-person interview pretty well. It was a pretty good interview nonetheless. Also,
Mm-hmm.
welcome back, Kyo. No, it was a pretty good interview nonetheless. Um, had a nice 1 hour in-person interview just talking about stuff and answering questions per the interview. And oddly enough, it felt very nice for these past couple interviews that I had like little hesitation compared to like interviews before my census job as an IT manager. Because I remember like doing interviews, I was just like having a blank face the whole time trying to figure out how to answer this question because I have no experience. I'm just answering this basically all hypothetical, which again, most of these interview questions are hypothetical questions.
Mm-hmm.
There's like it's just a scenario, as it's not, it may not happen, and we're just like asking that sense. But at least with having some experience, it makes it so much easier to answer a question, because then you could just, well, let me relate you back to this experience and just tell a story
Yeah.
versus like giving the very concrete, oh yeah, this is the answer, which that's probably both a blessing and a curse at the same time. I feel like it, but I find it better telling a story rather than, yeah, this is the answer. Um, I think this is what I do. Blah 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 blah. X, Y, and Z.
And you're right about that, because some interview tips that I've had before, oops, I dropped my thing, has been like, you want to give the answer to the question they're looking for, but also provide a direct example
Mm-hmm.
or like a situation where you can apply the answer too, because that shows that you're not just a smarty pants who knows all the answers, but you can also apply the knowledge that you have.
Right. Yeah. No. Definitely. Like at least having that sort of example. I was like, well, in terms of this, I would do this, right? And then like,
Hmm.
just reflect back. Because like I feel like without experience, you gotta really think on your head of how to provide a in real life example in most ways.
Yeah.
Unless like until you have that experience and then you realize, oh yeah, I might have I've definitely dealt with that before. I might have dealt that before, but this is how I would actually solve it, sort of deal. And then it makes it like that conversation and that whole answering process a lot more smoother than being, yeah, just very, this is the textbook answer, done, sort of deal.
Exactly. So, like for me with teaching interviews, they put you into a lot of situations, and so you have to be like, well, based on like what I understand from this theory, or what like they kind of look for that, they kind of don't look for that, but
Right.
usually you have to be like, well, based on the context that you've given me, it sounds like the student is potentially struggling or having an awful day. So instead of singling them out about their behavior, I would address the issue at the end of class, or maybe one on one while the rest of the kids are working on an activity or
Right.
something like that, you know? So then you can directly relate the context, what was happening in the question they gave you, and then also you follow up with how you would handle it and how you'd manage it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, like, yeah, at least like there, yeah, you see there's like at least a true basis of how you really want to answer it. I mean, sure, I want to see for those who can actually apply that with no experience, you may be able to. However, again, I think that is definitely a lot harder to do rather than the person who does have experience. Now, that's just, if you don't have experience, at least try your best to answer those questions, right?
Yeah,
But I, in like experience wise, I do feel like it's a lot easier to answer questions when you do have experience, unfortunately.
true.
But that's what I've
Unless you're
seen,
really good at BSing your way through interviews,
which I envy people who do that because,
right?
man, you are able to get a job so much easier because you are able to BS your way through it. For me, I have a hard time flubbing a question
Yeah,
because it's either I answered the question or I'm sorry, I don't know the answer. That's it.
yeah.
Nothing more than that.
I remember having an interview with the menorah school here, so like a Jewish based
Uh
school
huh.
here, and like immediately the rabbi was like, "I'm not sure about this," and like after three questions only, and I was like, "How do I continue?" Like
Right.
you expect me to sit here and answer like five more questions, and I already had that response, and so at that point you can't BS it. And so I had to be quite honest. Like, to be honest, I do not know a lot about the Jewish faith. I'll be
Right.
directly honest about that. But I am someone who's very open minded, willing to learn, and will apply whatever principles you need me to apply in my classroom
Right.
because I'm professional and will follow the
Accommodate any
values and
needs needed.
guidelines.
Right.
Yeah. But again, it's super hard at that point when like immediately you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I did not impress this guy at all.
Right. I mean, you could also be lucky to have a very newbie HR or recruiter person where they don't know how to tell BS. But I highly doubt that's a thing nowadays, unfortunately. Because a
No.
lot of people kind of know BS in a way. So
Hmm.
it's like it'd be like again, I envy those who can BS interview quite easily. I envy you that you're able to do that. But I also feel for the people that who can't do that and really tries their best. So just keep trying. If possible, think of a personal example and just reapply it into a like very professional example. Rather than
Hmm.
saying a friend, you could just say a colleague. Like change the words up a bit.
Yeah.
There'll be times you may end up saying a friend by sheer accident. If they say, "Is it a friend?" just correct stuff. Oh no, it was a colleague from blah 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 sort of deal.
Yeah,
And
we
always try
formed
to
a
like
really
catch
great
your
connection, and that's why I referred them to my friend. My apologies.
yeah.
I work
I've
well in a team.
yeah, right. I would need to quit and go through the interview process for Walmart when I would go back to college, and because they knew I could do the job and just move you along and hire me. See, that's like cool. Yeah, I know. Like for past experiences, if they already know you're doing good, yeah, that makes it very easy to just jump in and go, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Um, if like I'm, I wish I'm hoping like a couple of like coworkers that I work. I need my slipper. Hold on. Because like I need to grip this table so I can at least move. Like I can at least drive without shaking my thing like that. Oops. um. Yeah, like it's just also so much better if you do have that connections or like knows or they know you already. It just makes that interview, the quote unquote interview process, so much easier. Because basically, yeah, you don't even need to have an interview to begin with. It'll be like, all right, we'll hire you. Go.
Yeah, pretty much. That basically happened with the second time I worked for Panago.
Oh, really? Because they looked at it
Yeah.
like,
Greg, my manager back in the day, oh my god, I can't believe I'm bringing up Greg again. That's been years. But he saw my last name and asked me in the interview, "Are you related to Shirley Wallace?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Your mom used to be my area inspector." And I'm like, "Okay, great, that's neat." And he's like, "What is she doing now?" I'm like, "Well, she works at the airport. She used to manage her own store for quite a while." He's like, "No way, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Great, you're hired. Like, show me what you can do."
just straight up. That's pretty
And
good.
I'm like, "Well, it's been a few years." He's like, "Yeah, everything is muscle memory. I'm sure you'll be fine. Go slap me a pizza."
Wow.
I was like, "Shit, all right, here we go."
Hey, if it landed you a job, it landed you a job, right? I don't know,
Yeah.
like it's really good just to have a connection. It's like it adds that power that you have. Like, oh yeah, I've been noted by someone else or yourself because you used to
Mhm.
work with them from a different place. So it's like if it makes it easier to just get into the position, boom, awesome. Then I got a job at Sam's Club and they hired me at the time for a cashier at Walmart and they never put me on a register. Interesting. I went the wrong way. Fuck.
um,
I think.
Same Kyo. Technically, the job I have right now, they hired me as a temporary cashier. That was what the title was when I first started, and so they gave me like a cash till number and everything like that. Then I ended up working overnight as a personal shopper, picking for online orders. And I was like, this is very different from what I was told. And then what, 3 or 4 months later, Daryl, I was
Something
also
like that,
told,
yeah.
you're not temporary anymore, you're permanent.
Permanent.
And then I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you should be able to get benefits and all this stuff. And I was like, what?
What?
And yeah, it's been a process and a half, and almost a year later, I finally have my benefits.
Hey, congrats. She got benefits finally. Yay. Dang, that's quite the process though, isn't it?
Yeah. I will get into that because I have an update about all that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but yeah, literally in what, 12 days it'll be my 1 year.
Oh my god, has it been? Oh my god, it's almost May. Shit.
Yeah, Daryl.
I know. I just looked I just always love having that slight exaggeration. But also it doesn't feel like it's almost May either.
I know. Like suddenly, like May 11th is gonna happen, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck! I've been at Superstore for a year." Dear Lord.
That's yeah. Um I did tell them that I have cerebral palsy and that is why it happened. They kept me at the doors. I just had my 1 year at my job on Tuesday. Oh wow. Congrats. I'm hoping it's a congrats. But no, congrats on that for keeping that job for a year. At least they kept you for a year, right? Like they kept you on board and all that stuff. Um, Always a good thing. Uh,
Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of this job though.
I know, because they keep being BS to you.
Yeah, and like I can't believe I'm working what 4 jobs just to make ends meet because I can't get consistent hours at this job.
Right.
Yeah. Although an opening for overnights might happen, and
It's very tempting.
it is because then I can go back to 28 hours a week and I can like drop one of these other jobs and maybe have a life.
Rather than perpetually working.
Yes. Yes. But also, maybe I shouldn't be doing that because I also did a bigger thing this week, which I don't know if you're done talking about your week yet or not, per se, but.
I think I am. I don't think I have
Oh,
anything else. It's just pretty much, just follow me on things for future stuff because a lot of things is gonna happen here soon.
indeed.
No, Sam's Club fired me last March. I work for call center customer
Oh,
service tech support for HBO Max streaming app account. Ooh. Oh, that
that's
is my turn.
cool.
That's
Hio,
pretty cool.
you know Crumpler, right, Hio? He did that for Netflix for quite a while before
I
he landed a
did.
job at the news in Utah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I still remember tells a really funny story about like an older gentleman calling him and be like, "How come Netflix took money out of my account every month?" And having to explain that process to him. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but that ain't free.
Yeah, it was so cute. Oh, I love that story. Um, right, my week. Perpetually working is basically the 2 words you need for this week. I,
Gotta go to
I
work, 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 all that stuff.
Yeah, because I work at Superstore. I think that's been well established here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm all burpy now. Goddamn. Um, but I also work for VIP Kid, which is teaching ESL online to kids in China. And I only get work if a student books me, basically. And it's very odd hours of the day. And I have a consistent regular student who books me at 4:30 a.m. pretty regularly, either on a Wednesday or Saturday. But I love her; she's so great, and seeing her progress in the last few months has been really precious. So I don't mind it. And then I also have Studiosity, which is a service that universities in Australia provide to their students, where us writing feedback special. What the
I
fuck are
got
you doing?
myself stuck.
I just saw your truck, like your cabin, just bounce, and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
I had one even ask me how I even had my job because I didn't know there was a picture in picture for iPhones. There what? There is? Fuck, I am
Oh,
stuck.
weird. Damn. I get that all the time. When like I bring people's groceries to their cars and they've been waiting for a while, I'll be like, "How come you guys don't know how to do your jobs and get our groceries out fast here? We have a 5 minute wait period." And I was like, "Do you see the 5 other cars around you? Are
I'm
like
stuck.
are you are static."
Wait, I got it. Just need to keep. Oh, I just had traction.
Mhm. Yeah, I get people
Anyways,
ask me how I know, how do I even do it? Oh, especially because like I'm an online grocery order picker, right? So we pick groceries for the online orders and stage them and take care of them. And so my job, I mainly pick in the produce zone quite often. So fresh fruits, vegetables, I pick there. And customers will ask me questions about the produce, like, "Can you go in the back and look for this for me?" And I'm like, "No, I
right.
can't because I don't work for this department." They're like, "How do you not work for this department? You're picking here." And I was like, "I don't work for the produce department. I work for the online picking department
Right.
called PC Express, and they're like, it's the same thing. Go in the back and find me my things. I'm like, no,
No.
I can't. Damn. Why am I talking about my work now then? Gosh, that's awful. Sorry, Kyo.
Oh dang, that is terrible. People can be very bad dumbasses, I swear.
Hmm.
And they can go die in a fire.
Yeah.
I'll be that person and tell them to die in a fire.
Hmm. Um, yeah, so I work Superstore, VIP Kid, and Studiosity, in which I am a writing feedback specialist, in which I give detailed feedback on 4 areas of their assignments. So that's like structure, spelling and grammar, choice of language, and their referencing. And so I log in and I get paid per paper that I do. And it basically all totals up to about $15 an hour until I get the additional pay, in which it is $16.50 an hour. But you have to do so many reviews that unlock the additional pay. So that's where perpetually working comes in. Because at one point, it was 20 reviews per week, and then you unlock the additional pay, and that was pretty great because I can unlock that easily. Well, now they've bumped it up to 30, and I've been struggling to hit 30 the last couple
Oh
weeks.
jeez.
It's so hard because I'm so exhausted all the time. I'm doing my best, man. So yeah, Superstar VIP Kids, Studiosity. What's my other job? Oh, Out School.
Out school.
Wow. You could tell that I haven't done a lot in Out School lately because I schedule all my sections for classes to teach. I get no students signed up, and then I just teach Monday nights for my ongoing class. That's it.
Aw.
So none of my
I'm hoping
jobs
it
are
picks up in the summer
consistent.
though.
I hope so. I haven't been able to talk to Daniela about that yet, by the way, because this week's been so stupid with people just not showing up to work.
Right.
Just
OP.
fucking not showing up. And so that's why I've been like my hours have been extended or my shifts have been like changed around, and I'm Daniela's hero apparently at times. Yeah. Because I'm so flexible and I can just be called on a whim.
Damn it, I'm stuck.
You really are.
Ah, rip delivery. I was almost there and got stuck. Stupid. Stupid. Oh well, time to find a new delivery now.
Yep.
I could have sued Sam's for discrimination because of the way they treated me with disability, but it didn't. Dang. That is in the realms for discrimination technically as a disabled person. So, dang, that sucks.
I could have sued Panago.
They could have.
Yeah, for wrongful termination.
Ooh,
Because they fired me while I was on my trip in Mexico.
oh, that's true.
And
Damn.
without no notice or no contact or no anything.
Mhm.
Came back from Mexico and I was just, my name was taken off the schedule and I was like, excuse me? Yeah, that was a good
But
time.
you're gone now. That's stupid though.
Yeah, but I didn't. I just went and worked for West End Mall. But yeah, so I worked those 4 jobs. So Outschool is a platform where you create your own classes, all your own resources, materials, and everything like that. Schedule the sections when you're available to teach, and you hope and knock on wood
Get
that
someone.
students sign up for your class. Basically,
Right.
yeah. I had Outschool cancel one of my classes, but then I found out that it wasn't actually properly canceled, and a
Um.
parent emailed me a really angry letter that I haven't read yet.
Oh, that's awkward. That is very awkward.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. It told me in the email it was canceled, and all of a sudden I had all these messages, and I was like, I'm scared.
Oh.
I'm gonna say the wrong thing anyway.
Did you know you can have a mod for this game? You can have C3PO as a GPS voice. I've always wanted. I've been meaning to like remod this game again. I haven't done that in like forever. But damn it, Outschool, why are you like this? I thought you were a good service.
They normally are, but I don't know what happened there. Um, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's beat to work.
I'm distracted by chat. um, so yeah, perpetually working or trying to work and get work is basically kind of what my life is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And but on the 26th, so that was Monday, the local school board here finally posted teaching jobs for the following school year.
Ooh, they did. So, do you mind me asking, how did the login process go?
That was the most annoying part and why it took me 4 hours to get that application done.
Jesus
Because it
Christ.
automatically times you out and signs you
Really?
out when you're trying to fill out forms and things and look up information. So I had to do that stupid change password process like 5 times
That's so dumb.
to log in, and it was a nightmare. And then plus I had to fill out a really long form outside of um, the actual application form online. So I had to do 2 application forms, and it just took forever because it's all the same information entered on both forms, but you have to word it in specific ways and answer the prompts in specific ways. It was a nightmare to get that application done. It took me 4 hours.
Jeez.
But it's been sent off. I haven't heard anything back yet, but that's because like the opening for positions are from the 26th to the 30th. So I'll hear back probably sometime next week or so when they file through and
Go through all the
look at all the
applications.
applications. Yeah.
Right. We'll see how many have tried to apply.
Exactly.
But man, hopefully you can get it. I know. Good luck. Hopefully, wish all the best. Cause
Thanks.
be cool to see you go back into the whole full education. Sorry.
Yeah. Get back fully into teaching and get back in the classroom in whatever format that appears next year, because who knows at
Oh
this
right.
point. Because some school boards have already stated that next year they're going to be all online, or the option will be to be all online. And some school
Ooh,
boards are like, we'll wait until the end of the year to decide. Wah. So we'll see.
which would be
But
interesting if it's all online. It's like, hey, I got experience. Hi.
I've got a good setup. I can do this.
I
So
was born
yeah,
to teach online.
I have been teaching online for years, thanks to VIP Kid, technically.
Yeah, that's true.
Almost 2 years this September.
Oh damn, it's been that long already. Yeah, because it was back in
Mm-hmm.
the UK, huh?
Yeah, I discovered it in 2019.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've been thinking of getting a second job. Does help at times. Sure, it'd be
Alright.
extra hours.
And you'd be constantly working and exhausted. Oh wait, sorry, I have 4 jobs, so that's me. But uh, I don't. My life is all about work. Um, so that's been me this week, though. It's been focusing on the application, sending it off, fighting the website from hell to do it.
Jeez. Yeah, I helped her out for like an hour last week, and then just giving her the workaround of if you ever log out, change your password.
Yeah, and then that way you can stay logged in and just make sure you stay logged in. So that way you don't have to do it again. And then the website on the
Right.
day of timed me out over and over again. So I had to do that cheat login over and over again.
Right.
So it's
I'm
been
barely getting by
annoying.
with I paid because I've had this. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Drifting out my truck everywhere now.
Yeah, you're kind of going in the lakes and the buildings. Please don't go in
I
the
was
buildings.
waiting for myself to go to the lake for for hilarious purposes. It's like, oh man, it'd be funny if I get into the lake.
Of course. Um,
And it's like, into the lake I go, bonk.
Yep.
But yeah, I know. I really hope all the best for yeah. I feel like this was a mistake. This is a mistake. This is a mistake.
Yep.
Turned that shit around, did it right? But yeah, man, so much, so much like productivity, but also so much working at the same time. Whether it be productivity or not, productive or not. So my deductible is paid. I'm paying close to $300 for physical therapy. Dang. Oh, come on, truck. Can make it uphill.
um, I've also been working on Toastmasters a lot too this week.
Ooh, by the way, how did your last Toastmasters meeting go?
Uh, good ish. I
Goodish.
was exhausted because I taught Jesse at 4:30 in the morning,
All right.
and so I wasn't as like on top of it during the meeting, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone was pretty like, it's okay, Violet, you're doing great. But plus, I had an extra ounce of nerves on top of it because we had the closing of the conference that morning.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin, oh my God, did I tell you?
No, you didn't.
Okay, so Austin's part of my Toastmasters club, and so him and I started this international speech contest together.
You
And
did.
so we moved on from our club contest to the area contest. So he got first, I got second, whatever. And then in the area contest, I placed third, which is great and amazing, but I didn't move on to the next level. Austin did. He won, like the
Mm-hmm.
area contest. Then he won the division contest, and then it was the district conference on the weekend. So
Right.
he got to compete there, and he didn't. He was amazing. He placed third at
Aww.
the freaking district
District
level.
level. Ooh. Dang. So there must be some really, really good speeches throughout that then.
There were like, and it's funny because like we had our meeting afterwards, and so
Right.
hearing Cornelius and Peter talk about it afterwards, and
Mm-hmm.
they're right. The more emotional speeches won. So there's a lady who spoke about her husband who died from a brain tumor, and so that was quite an emotionally driven speech, obviously.
Right.
And then a lady who um was like, her speech was a little triggering for me because it's about like fat shaming and how she used to be a pretty like pudgy kid, and now like she's worked so hard to build her confidence up over the years. Again, like another emotionally driven speech.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then there's Austin, and so like for him to be placed up amongst those was really phenomenal.
Right.
We are really proud of him. Like he emailed me and he admitted like, I'm not gonna lie, Violet, I admit I really wish I would have moved on. I was like, Austin, no, shut up.
Oh.
You did so good. I mean, look where you are versus where I'm at. Austin, you did great.
Aw.
So I kind of boosted him up quite a bit, confidence wise and such.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still so proud of him. Like he joined a month after I did,
Right.
to our club, and look how far he went.
To district. That's crazy.
And he also has been taking on a lot more roles for the club, and I'm in awe of this guy. I'm like, that's just, there you go. That's how I think about Austin. I'm just in awe
He's
of him.
he's a buddy to be friends with, and I think you are with him, aren't you?
Yeah, he's motivated me to take on the mentorship program, so I will get into that a
Ooh.
bit too. But yeah, it was a
Mm-hmm.
really great conference. But then my nerves got shook a little bit as Toastmaster for the meeting because our area director, Carol, was there at our meeting.
Oh.
And I was like, oh
Out of
God,
all the times.
I'm a hot mess. I haven't slept. I've been working and watching the conference all morning. I have the screen headache from hell. And I got a Toastmaster this meeting with the area director here.
Oh my
um,
god.
it's a lot of elements against me there, a little bit, but it still went really, really well. Peter was actually nice to me, and like was nice about his reminders of things that I had to do. So that was
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Peter, for being nice to me. Because sometimes he's gonna be very sharp. Like, you have to do this, Madame Toastmaster. Don't you have to do this? And I'm like,
Right.
Peter, like, don't be that mean to these people, right?
Right.
But luckily to me, he's like, Madame Toastmaster, I think if I'm not mistaken, it would be good to review the helpers and their roles. And I was like, absolutely, you're right, Peter. I am so sorry. I got a little excited and ahead of myself. And like,
Right.
I just try to play off my mistakes like that. And so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, we had a pretty good meeting though, and a lot of really cool speeches.
That's pretty good.
Um, yeah, a good meeting overall. And yeah, we celebrated a lot during that meeting because Austin got third in the district contest.
Mm-hmm.
Our club had officially hit 20 members, which means we are a Toastmasters
Hey.
club of good standing with 20 members. So that means we get some extra props and prizes and things like that for our club, which is really cool. Um,
Congrats.
yeah, I think the official title is the President's Distinguished Toastmasters Club, is what we got.
Ooh.
And we're the first club in our area to get that. So
That's
that was
pretty
really
cool.
cool and a huge honor. And that's kind of why Carol was there to kind of like remind us, like, you got presidents, congratulations, kind of thing.
Right.
And then Richard, I don't know why he was in an election for a higher Toastmasters organizational role,
Mm-hmm.
and he won the position he wanted.
Hey.
So he got elected into the position he wanted. So we celebrated all of that, and then celebrated Earth Day because that was last week.
Right.
And so it was kind of fun to wrap up the meeting with tons of like applauding and cheering, and we just had to celebrate it all. It was really, really nice. I didn't have time to do the toast for Austin, but I did say like quite a few like heartfelt words because I was like, I am in awe. Like, I think I actually told like the whole club, like, I'm in awe of you, Austin, for how
Right.
much you've taken on and like really dove into the Toastmasters program and how much you help everyone here, and look at what you were able to do in the contest.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of did like a quick little thing like that, and Austin just was
Aww.
like, "Thank you, Violet," all
Aww.
sheepishly. So it was a really good meeting and just a lot to celebrate, and it kind of makes you excited to be in a club like that where you can
Right.
celebrate so much all together. So it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely a lot of fun. And then yeah, so there's that. And this week, this meeting on Saturday, I was gonna say tomorrow. Oh, yikes! I am doing my first speech since my fail at the area contest.
Aww.
So I have a little extra nerves going into this one, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a 2 week project, and I'm finally like ready to just close the chapter on.
Right. And you did talk about this throughout the past couple trucking talks of like how this project went and whatnot, like what this project is about, how it went, and all that fun
Yeah,
stuff. Oh, we gotta hit that truck. Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
So instead of me explaining in detail what the project's about, why don't I just deliver my speech about it?
Go for it. So
If
what is your speech about actually?
So this
Go on.
project, so how Toastmasters works is there's a 5 level pathway that you sign up for when you join the Toastmasters program.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose the pathway motivational strategies, and I'm on my 3rd level already within a year.
Damn.
And this project's called emotional intelligence. So the last couple of weeks I had to do a couple things to work on understanding what emotional intelligence is, how mind works. I have hiccups. Please no. I might have to drink a lot of water after this, but um, yeah, I had to work a lot, like really hard on the last couple of weeks of this project, taking lots of notes, going through the curriculum with it, and then doing 2 weeks of tracking emotions and trying to understand why I feel the way I feel and what causes me to feel the way I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot more information about the project in the speech, and I asked Daryl if I could do this practice run with you all here.
Have at it.
So I'm gonna drink all the water
I will.
just to see if I can get rid of the burpiness.
That's the last thing you'll need that you need to have
Mm-hmm.
per se. But no, yeah, the floor is open to you, Miss Dragon.
Thanks. So, little heads up, I'm going to be saying weird things at the beginning and then at the end of the speech. And that's just because it's the Toastmasters program. So, you're going to hear me say, "Thank you, Madame Toastmaster," blah, 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 and then go into my
Right.
speech. And then at the end, you're like, "Back to you, Madame Toastmaster." So, that's going to be the odd part to the speech, but the rest of it's like pure me and all that I've written.
Mm-hmm.
And Spam's heard this before, and I've made some
I have.
changes and edited it, and this is my final version, I think.
We'll see.
So,
I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding. Wow, words.
you were actually quite critical last time, so I we'll see how you do this time.
Can you wow me? I'm pretty sure you can. I was wowed the first time hearing it.
Hell, I have a speech title for it now. It's called "Understanding Your Emotional You."
Ooh.
Yes. So, without further ado, I shall begin. Oh, my hair has popped out of my headphones. One moment. I do not want to eat my hair as I speak.
Delicious.
Mmm, protein. Okay,
So just
that's a nice little vocal.
a little heads up. I'm gonna mute myself when she does start her speech, just to make it just to calm the nerves down. Try not to like distract her or anything. So if I do crash during the speech, everything is gonna be muted.
You know what? That's actually a good point. I'm not gonna watch your stream then, because
Yeah,
I
just in
will
case something
absolutely get
happens.
distracted.
It'll just be funny later on when you hear it and you just like hear your speech, and then suddenly I do something very stupid.
He destroys half a city, and it's like, wow. It must
That
have had a
happened,
really profound effect on him.
right?
All right.
All right, the floor is
Okay.
yours.
Thank you. All right. Madame Toastmaster, fellow members, and honored guests, we experience emotions every day. For example, right now, my primary or main emotion is the nervousness. Um, the cause of these nerves? Delivering my first speech since the area contest. How am I choosing to respond? By standing up straight, delivering my speech with a smile, and knowing that I am doing my best. A strange way to explain and explore your emotions, isn't it? Well, this is how I've had to think and consider my own emotions the past 2 weeks while undergoing my emotional intelligence project. Emotional intelligence is understanding your emotions, what has caused your emotions, and noticing how you respond to both elements and in regards to other people. At first, I felt very odd. I had to track my emotions daily in a journal. I had no idea how to do this. So it started out quite scientifically by tracking my emotional intelligence in 3 categories: my emotions, stimulus for my emotions, and recording my responses to both. I found it easier to treat this project almost like an experiment instead of writing down my exact thoughts and experiences in a vulnerable, honest way. After 3 to 4 days, I didn't feel an effect or anything worthwhile by doing the project in this way. So, I shifted my methods and treated my emotional intelligence journal more like a journal instead of noting key data points in some weird experiment. Days 5 to 9 went better, but oddly got harder. It was during these few days a lot started to happen and resurface for me in terms of external stressors and internal stressors. My dad had to go for another surgery on his foot due to a horrible infection that has caused him to lose a toe already. He has chosen to also begin updating his family about this ongoing infection through social media statuses, leaving me feeling like more of a social media friend than his own daughter. Internally, I've been struggling with my perception of social media responses. I see so many of my friends and family staying connected together during the pandemic, yet I can't get a meetup started, and not many people tend to respond back to my messages. Looking back through my journal and seeing how I have felt during these days made me realize that I didn't respond well. I dove into my work, working more than a healthy amount of hours to ignore social media and to prevent myself of the anger and disappointment of seeing public posts from my dad instead of a phone call or a direct message. Yet, this left me beyond exhausted, and for my mental health to tank even further. The rest of my project, I began to focus on self regulation, another key part to emotional intelligence. I may not be able to change or alter every emotion or situation, but I can take note of what is happening and choose to respond in different ways. One day, I tried to organize a fun gaming night with friends. I set the details, organized the games, made sure everyone had the games, and see who was coming, and no one came. Of course, I felt sad, angry, disappointed. And instead of deciding to not have any fun and just go right back into my work, I stopped and decided I was gonna play games for myself, blast some music, and enjoy a night off. This taught me a lot. While ignoring emotions and problems isn't always healthy, how you respond or what you choose to do with them is. I found elements of small joy again in the last few days of the project that I forgot I enjoyed, such as blasting music and dancing, playing a game with my sister, reading a book, and discovering a new favorite TV show or movie. Understanding what sparks your emotions, how you are really feeling, and choosing carefully how you respond are such valuable skills and brings you an element of self-awareness. Do I still respond poorly at times? Yes, but at least I can recognize that it was poor. I can reflect on it and always try again tomorrow. Back to you, Madame Toastmaster.
Dang. That is a very reformed speech you got there.
Yes, it's very different.
It's completely different from what I heard before. I actually really do like how you pasted in a day-to-day schedule, which
Yeah.
actually does make sense in how you like it should be laid out, right? Like how you want to lay it out. It's like, how do I even talk about my emotions and this whole project and
Yeah. It could have been
realizing,
very boring, and I just read through my journal.
right?
Internet?
Oh, I think you're good now. I think we just had a slight hiccup
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I might not be able to watch the stream anymore, but that's okay.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, as I was saying, I don't know how much was actually caught, but I
actually,
kind
all
of
of
just
it.
read my journal. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just like heard nothing from your end, and then the stream stopped, and I was like, "What's happening?"
Oh,
Um, but yeah, I could have been very boring and just read through my whole emotional journal, which would have been,
mm-hmm.
ha, not fun to do. So I just took like the key moments of the
Right.
project and just kind of did it in a chronological order, and pieced it together with like, yeah, I
Because in
started
the
with
past,
providing.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead first.
I just basically started like my introduction with how can I explain emotional intelligence without it being boring? So then I did
Right.
it as providing an example, right? Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, my emotions, my primary or main emotion today is nervousness. And then laid out those three elements before actually explaining what those were.
Right.
So I thought that would be an interesting way to do it instead of saying emotional intelligence is defined as.
Be a very technical paper. I mean, report. I mean, speech.
Literally. Yeah, that. All of that. Yeah, and then just moved into the key highlights of the whole project for like
Mm-hmm.
how I started, where I ended up, and how I feel about it.
Right. Because you had it like when I heard your speech the first time, it was like you had a very broader perspective on how to lay out this whole thing. Like you like explained the certain events and whatnot, but you didn't go like in a very like analytical sort of deal where this has happened on this time, this happened on this time, and whatnot. It
And I
gave
was
us
pretty
a fun
vague about
time
some
with it.
details too, right?
Right.
So, like, your piece of feedback before was like how I listed like conflict with family, dad's surgery, and social media. It wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of confusing and it didn't go into a lot of details about either one of those really. It just kind of
Right.
vaguely was touched upon. But then I figured this is an emotional intelligence project. You have to go into these details. Uh, so I
Right.
tried to do that better this time.
And you definitely like put out a whole load of details of like just piecing it like of what you felt because of what happened and whatnot,
Hmm.
what you did. Like it really like you basically sure it does sound like you read out your report, but it felt like you have a lot of emotion in it rather than just be like day one blah 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 blah, day two blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I've been really trying to work on the emotions in this one too.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
That's
like,
really
when I
good.
am angry and disappointed and sad, I wanted to try to bring that out.
Right.
So I've been working on it.
I think like in terms of that, like trying to re-bring that emotion that you felt during the time you wrote it, it will be a little bit tricky because unless if you're a great actor, it will take some time to just re-fling that emotion from 0 to 100 immediately.
Yeah,
Um sure, with a lot of practice maybe you could pull it off, but I feel like that could be a bit tricky. But if you do it, go for it, right?
yeah,
Because it will add a lot of flair to that speech. Because it's like, hey, you said an emotion, and you did the emotion. Ooh.
yeah. Well, like, what's hard about this is that you guys can't see my face or my gestures either, right?
Right.
So adding those two elements to it too helps. So, like, when I say, like,
Mm-hmm.
I was angry, like, my face scrunched up and was like, ah, and then, like, sad, I was like, sad, like, made a, like, sad
Right.
expression. So that part will help with that too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Just having like the emotional like expressions on your face and maybe your whole body movement and whatnot be pretty on point.
Because I plan on standing for this speech.
Hey. Yeah, she
Yeah,
did
so
a
we'll see.
very sure her contest speech. Give it a listen. It's really good as well. It's on her channel.
It is. Yes.
But no, both like both Kyo and I. Yeah, it's a very amazing speech, Dragon.
Thank you.
Pretty good. It's pretty amazing. Um,
So that's the
that
Saturday that I get to perform this.
hey.
And I have to memorize it beforehand, which I'm not quite there yet, so
Right.
I got all of Friday to figure it out.
Oh, you can do it. I know you can.
Yes, I have it already recorded into my phone so I can listen to it on the bus ride to work and from work tomorrow, and then like
Mm-hmm.
practice it here in my room all morning before work, and like just really go at it.
Right.
Hmm. Now,
Damn. Look at
I'm
that.
not quite done with Toastmasters this week either,
Oh,
because I started the
mentoring program.
mentoring pathways program. Yeah, and I talked to Mark, who's our VP of Education, for our club, and she recommended that I meet up with my club member Kate, and maybe I can mentor her. And
Oh wow.
our very first assignment was preparing for her first time at being the Toastmaster of the meeting on Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, she hasn't done that yet because she's still a relatively new member.
Right.
And so we met this week finally. We were able to figure out days and times because she's been traveling quite a bit with
Oh
her
boy.
job. Yeah, she's an audiologist, so hearing, and she helps
Ah, okay.
people with
I
hearing
see.
loss and such.
It's pretty
So she
cool.
travels quite all over the place to like local communities that doesn't have an audiologist kind of thing and works
Mm-hmm.
with them.
Basically, like a traveling doctor in a way.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why she was able to live in Nunavut for like a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's very far north if you guys don't know Canada. Um, I love that I started this segment, but my bladder hates me. So you know how he said his mom has a small bladder? So do I.
Oh.
I will be right back. But yes,
Okay, no
mentoring, and I will
worries.
get back with the meeting with Kate soon.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, Daryl, don't crash.
I will try not to. I think I'm going downhill right now, and it's very dark, and there's so many sharp turns, and I think I'm maintaining like 65 miles an hour with a big ass load behind me. This is great. I haven't crashed yet though. Ooh. I'm just basically taking the whole lane over. Okay, there we go. Oh man, really? I don't want to stop at a way station. I was having a great time going down that hill with this truck. I'm shocked that I didn't really crash that much though. Don't jinx yourself. I know. No. Ah. It's okay. I think 2 weeks ago I crashed somewhere here because I think I was going 55 and the turn was a bit too sharp, and then I flipped the truck hard, like really hard. It was pretty scary because I was like I was going very fast on a curve by accident or on purpose, and yeah, smashed that completely. And it's great. I'm taking 100,000 pound load and just trying to like center my truck and like peruse downhill. Also, I thought I had enough power in this truck. I guess I don't. I miss my first truck. I still have it, but I want to drive new trucks because why not? But man, this thing is struggling. I did 100% damage on a truck yesterday on Quick Chow. Oh, jeez. That's always the fun ones. What happened? Were you like making a turn? Did you smash into something? Um, I remember just like flipping over and went down to 100% because of a turn. I think that last one I did like 50%. It's like I was 4 miles. I was like for 30 miles out from the city, and I could have made it, and then I did that stupid shit and lost like 50 grand because of it. Oops. I think it was both. Ooh. Yeah, that always gets you. Usually, I'm able to gauge these turns properly, yet sometimes I just overcorrect myself and then panic and suddenly go whoosh. Suddenly, I'm off the road.
Whoosh!
You heard that whoosh?
I came back right at that moment, yes.
Nice. That was the first time I ever did 100%. Oh my god, I remember I streamed Euro Truck Sim 2 long time ago, back in like, I think 2014. Early 2014. And I remember on Euro Truck Simulator, I was on, oddly enough, the M25 in London with a
Hey.
load. I was hitting it at 100 miles an hour with the
Oh,
truck.
jeez.
Oh my
That
god.
is dangerous for that road.
Yeah. It was like, it's a slight downhill curve. So I was able to hit like 161 kilometers, like 161, 162. So like over 100 miles per hour, definitely. And then I looked at my rear view mirrors. The load starts tipping, and I just started tipping too, and I'm just sliding on my side for a good quarter to half mile, and ended up getting 100% damage on both. It was
Yep.
great.
Congrats. 100, 100, 100 right there.
Pretty much 100% performance, 100% damage on both things. And too much cost because rip my wallet.
Yeah. Fun fact, I have actually been in a car that has done more than 160 kilometers per hour.
Oh, fun.
It was one of our delivery drivers back when I worked at Panago, and the hen day was it was late at night. I worked late, so busing was
Mm-hmm.
like not an option to get home to my dad's,
Right.
because he lived up in Northwest and I worked down in Southwest, because that's my brain and that's how I worked.
Right.
And so it was the hen day was empty, and he was just like, "This
I'm
is
gonna
a new
floor it.
car. This is a new car, right?" And I was like, "Yes. What are you gonna do?" He's like, "You might want to pull down the armrest, hang on tight." And I was like, "Oh no!"
Eh,
And he reached 210 kilometers per
Dude,
hour.
that is 130 miles an hour
Yeah, it was
on a
fast.
Hyundai.
I on the Hyundai. Yep,
Oh my god! What the fuck?
it was crazy, and I was like, it was so scary. And then he was laughing like a maniac. Ugh, good
Oh,
times.
I bet. Oddly enough, I think I remember back. Oddly enough, in the big road trip in 2014, where I went from California to Texas to Minnesota back, my dad was able to hit on the 2011 Pilot like 100 miles an hour, because it's a flat road. Speed limit is 80 miles an hour. It's just very tempting to hit 100.
Yeah.
So he did a couple
So
times, not knowing,
yeah,
obviously.
that's one of my crazy moments in life. But back to not so crazy moments, like
I've never
mentoring.
I've never
Uh,
tried multiplayer on this game yet. It's great. I know it's a little bit glitchy because the servers are in the EU. I think they are as American servers, but they don't. There's not a lot of people that join in. That's like my 2 cents in it. I've been wanting to go back though.
hmm,
Anyways,
yeah, so mentoring. So I finally got to sit down with my protege, as the term is now,
a
instead of mentee. I've always thought it was mentee for the longest time, but no, it's protege. And as you can tell, I'm a very organized person.
right.
So I basically gave her my guide to being a Toastmaster, like in a document. So, Spam actually last week when we hung out
Oh
saw me
my
format this
god, I
document and
saw
create
that.
it, and so I gave it to Kate and I walked through it with her
Hey.
and had the agenda side by side. So I had like the Toastmasters meeting agenda, like in one window, and then the
Mm-hmm.
document in the other window, and I just like showed her how I would fill it in, and she was like, "Your brain is magnificent." And I was like, "Well, okay." And
What do you mean by that?
she's like, "This is so organized. I don't think I would use it in the digital version. I would write it in my notebook." And I was like, "Girl, I do that." I have pages and pages of Toastmaster stuff in here. Um, and she laughed because she's like, "Yeah, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna use paper too because I don't trust technology." I'm like, "Never
Good
trust
on you.
technology."
That's smart.
So yeah, it was really nice. We went through it. She asked a lot of questions and she was like ready because she's like, "I don't know what I'm going to be doing on Saturday. I'm really, really scared." I like having like the tiny little quiet roles where I talk at the beginning of the meeting to
Mm-hmm.
explain my role, and then I give my report at the end, and I do no talking elsewise. But now I have to do all of this. Like,
Man,
I
she's
know
such a sweet bean for saying
she
that.
is. She is. And I was like, "Man, I know it's going to be intimidating and scary, but just try to follow like this kind of organization. And if you make a mistake, no one's going to hurt you."
Oh, I see what you did there.
We will support you and help you, and I will be there. I will be in the chat, and I can always like poke you and remind you of whatever you need. I am your backup if you need backup.
Nice.
And she's like, "Thank you so much. This was so helpful." And yeah, we met for like an hour and just went through all of it and helped her prepare, and then gave her recommendations on when to reach out to people for introductions and how to address the theme and all that kind of stuff. So it was really fun.
Ooh.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing her in action.
Ah,
And then we're going to do
cool.
a follow up meeting next week to give her feedback and ask her how she felt.
Ooh, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then sit down and figure out more of our like short term, long term goals. What does she hope to achieve at Toastmasters? And what level of progress she wants to do and like the rough timeline for levels and completion and such. So
Dang, look at
yeah,
that. All
yeah,
prepped.
yeah. So I'm
Also,
gonna
I'd be
be
down if you'd ever want to. All right, no worries. Probably not anytime soon since I'll be traveling and I don't have your truck simulator on. I was thinking about it, but I'll see.
so yeah, that's gonna be me taking on another role in Toastmasters. So completing and
Dude.
working on my program while working 4 jobs, and now I'm
Oh
taking on
boy.
mentoring. So it is quite a bit while also doing my
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and stuff.
Your two
So
times a week videos.
yes, yes. What I Mondays and Thursdays?
Yeah,
Yes, those are the days.
those are your
Why did I
days.
forget that? I don't
It's
know,
okay,
but
we all
yeah.
forget our things.
Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Uh, I can't open the stream or else Skype will yell at me again.
Oh
Um,
boy.
so yeah, follow me on all that. Keep up to date with me. Social
Oh
media
yeah.
wise, I'm quite quiet right now. You heard my speech. I'm not having a good time with it. So
Aw.
I've kind of taken a break from it. I'm only scheduling my tweets and I'll try to tweet something now and then just to see if like anyone gives a shit. And most of the time, no one does. So it just makes me want to leave the platform again.
Aw.
Uh, so I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's so hard when you're on there and you see people having fun game nights or like Zoom calls and like being connected with each other, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that, and then
Where's
nothing.
everyone? Aw.
Everyone's gone. No one cares or sees my messages or sees it too late, and then says, "Oh, I have a thing," and then you're like, "Cool, I guess I'll just." I'm not gonna say the word I was gonna say. That's gonna be a little too dark for the podcast, but like, it's not a good feeling. So I've been really struggling with it. So I've been like
Mm-hmm.
deleting it off my phone and only checking like maybe at my breaks at work or when I get home from work, and
Right.
retweeting things that I like or are funny to me, and that's it. Like I can't do anything
Aw.
else because I just don't see the point right now.
Because of all the people that are just like quiet.
Yeah, crickets, and even like I'll start a conversation with someone and then they just stop responding, and I'm like, you reached out to me, bro. Like, why is this a thing? Why are you just, did I bore you already? um
Aw.
so it's just even like that where it's like, oh yay, oh cool, someone reached out, hello, how's it going? And
Right.
you answer each other's questions about that, and then poof.
That's it.
I'm like, well, I gotta check in. I guess that's like better than
Dang.
nothing, I suppose, but at the same time it's like, I asked another question. How come no response?
Aw.
So yeah, and then plus like D&D sessions keep getting canceled, so I don't have that socialization right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my main form of socialization is leaving me for a month and a bit. So I'm trying not to let it all bug me.
Hi.
But
Aw.
it does bug me. Not so much Daryl going on his trip. I'm happy and excited for him. He's been like really looking forward to this for like 2 months now.
Just about, yeah. Yeah, just about.
So I'm
It's
happy and
weird.
excited that it's actually happening. And he gets to go tomorrow.
Against all odds, right?
Really, for sure. And like, it's so lucky that your family all got vaccinated for this too. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, all of it's really good. Like, it's just first signs of like things going back to normal almost.
Hopefully. I actually, I can't wait to document this as well.
Mm-hmm.
See how everyone is dealing with a year of this whole shit show, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Um, see how everyone's coping, see how everyone's trying to make do with it. Anyone has tried to improve it and whatnot. It'd be cool to just document all that stuff.
I mean, that's the nice thing about reading a lot of research papers lately is I get to see kind of some immediate sneaking inkling of research and seeing like the benefits and disadvantages of
Right.
what's been going on with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some benefits have been really neat. Like, who knew that you could literally wear the same pair of pants for like 8 days in a row because all you need to do is change your top for Zoom calls?
So, um, is it bad that I do that already on a regular basis?
No.
Yeah, I don't change my jeans for like a week, but I do, I always change my shirt because my God, I sweat a lot. Like, I sweat a lot.
Hmm.
So it's like, uh-oh, shirt wet, shirt wet, shirt, I sweaty, shirt wet. Okay, I'm done saying that stupid. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, like I always have to change the shirt every day. But yeah, pants, like jeans, unless if it's like really ruined or smoky because I went to a casino or whatnot, change it.
Mm.
Aside from that, I'll use it, reuse it.
Nah, man, I gotta change every day.
Oh, yeah. In terms of the environment you're in, yeah. Do you do when you're like go like if you do have like more leisure time, like do you actually change pants still?
Currently, yes, but only because I'm a girl and it's that time of month.
Ah, okay,
But sometimes,
right.
like, if I have like a series of days off, like next week, I've got Monday to Wednesday off, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think I'm changing my pants, no.
No.
Um, unless, like, I don't know, unless I feel gross, then I will change. But,
Right. And that's
uh,
understandable. Feeling gross, you always want to change your clothes. Like wash yourself and change your clothes because it does not feel pretty. It does not feel good when you're wearing the same exact clothes after a wash.
yeah, exactly. So I guess like the benefit that I just mentioned doesn't really apply to me per se because I always like to get changed and at least run a brush through my hair. Maybe not do anything with my hair, but at least brush it.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Some people are just like, and like the commute to work now is amazing. You go from like the kitchen to your bedroom. So like there are like those things where it's like, yeah, you save money on gas and like I've heard in some places, I don't know that like insurance companies have lowered rates because you're not using your vehicle as much
Oh
and you're
yeah,
not
that's
being as
true.
reckless. And so there's all that. So it's kind of cool. Although now that things are opening up, we have a gas shortage. Wow.
I know.
But
It's interesting. It's a gas shortage, a rental car shortage if you're traveling by plane to another place and try to rent a car.
yeah,
A whole bunch of things. It's crazy.
I know. And at the same time, it's like, yay, environment. And like, that's also a huge benefit. There's been some really crazy environmental things that have happened this past year. Like the in Venice, the water finally cleared
Oh yeah,
after
that's true.
years. Like, because you think about it, Venice, touristy, very, like, tons of people go
Right.
there. Of course, the waters aren't going to be beautifully clean and crisp.
Right.
But after, like, Venice shut down, and after all the flooding and damage and all that awful stuff that they've experienced the past years, they cleaned it up and it looked beautiful. And there's been evidence of that all over the world. And like some parts, even like there's a thing I read. I've been reading papers from Australia, Daryl, and some
Mm-hmm.
parts of the coral reef have regrown.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Like it's just
No
it's
one has been traveling
crazy.
that way and such to destroy
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So there's no like deep dive tours and things and whatnot, right? So it's kind of neat, and it's like, what can we do to keep this up, maybe, or how can
Right.
we less impact the earth in the way we are, sort of thing. So it's been kind of neat to see some things coming out of it like that. That's been
I
really
mean,
good.
I still remember when COVID really hit the first time round. It was just interesting just to see Eastern China clear of smog. And you can actually see
That too.
the sight lines and everything. And also the Philippines as well. They had the same thing that happened there. It's like no one was driving. Suddenly smog be gone. And then suddenly clear skies for once.
Same thing happened in London.
Like, there
Because
you go.
London's quite smoggy. Trust me, I
Right.
live there. Yeah. There's parts that I'm like, this is gross. But like parts of London cleared up, and like there was one city that I read about where you normally can't see the mountains because of just what's been happening. I think it's in China.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't see the mountains because of how much smog and air pollution and all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then all of a sudden, like after 3 weeks of lockdown, they're like, "What's that in the distance?" And sure
Hey, look,
enough, it's the
mountains.
mountains. Yeah.
I know. Same for like the Philippines as well, because I think Manila's like close to like a mountain range, and yeah,
Hmm.
like yeah, it's covered in smog, what and whatnot, or clouds, whatever you want to say. But yeah,
Yeah.
the one time they don't drive for like the 2 3 weeks, suddenly, oh my God, clear skyline and everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's really, really neat. And then there are benefits to this stupid life that we are all experiencing right now.
Oh
It
yeah.
just sometimes it's hard to forget it. So if you were feeling like crap, go back and look at those photos from the beginning of this
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, and it's shocking. It makes me really wonder if like there are ways that we can just keep this up even after things go back to normal, but
Right.
that's not gonna happen.
Oddly enough, I'm gonna say this now. If you haven't enjoyed the outdoors, enjoy it now. When before a lot more people come out. I think that's already been too late, but no lie, like the past 2020, like 2020 and early 2021 were like quite the time to just be outside, well distant obviously, but just like being outside and walking around, exploring, adventuring, all that stuff. And fuck, I'm out of gas again.
Jeez.
I missed the gas station back there. I thought I had gas. I thought everything was fine, and I looked at my needle. It's like, oh, my needle is at E. So
Um,
I gotta drive with like my with as minimal speed as possible. But damn, there's a river and a lake here. Holy shit!
are you in Oregon?
Now I'm in Nevada.
Oh dang, because that reminds me a lot of like the road from, oh god, tri-state area, Washington, to Oregon, like North Oregon.
Ah,
Because like it's like mountainside, like cliffside, and like huge river, whatever that river is down there. Yeah.
right.
I'm not gonna reveal things, cause yeah, but no, seriously, like I enjoyed. I mean, I can't words. I can't words, but walking through the river valley back here again after like a couple of years of not seeing it
Mm-hmm.
and not being surrounded by anyone was just really surreal.
Oh, I bet. Just having the whole like the whole city silence.
Yeah.
It was like it was weird, but no lie, I'm starting to miss it.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
such a surreal time that it's just like there's no one here. I could kind of do anything, kind of.
My favorite thing though is because like up here our restrictions are like loosening, getting tighter, loosening, getting tighter. It's a hot mess up here COVID wise. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, it's really really bad. I think we've had like an average of like 1,500 cases in the last week, like per
Jeez.
day. It's really bad up here. But um, my favorite thing to do is on my day off, I will go up to the mall that is like just down the street from me
Mm-hmm.
and go walk in that mall. No one's there besides like the wall walker, like
Oh my
Walmart,
god. Wall
and it's just
markers.
some whatever. I'm
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
sorry, my sister Snapchatted me something cute. Um, put that away. But yeah, and you just even if you go to the mall anytime during the day nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
it is empty. And that's such a weird thing because then you start like rediscovering things like that store's there now. When
Right.
did that move? And I really, that's kind of like I know it's not safe to be in malls and things like that, but I bring my own sanitizer and wear a mask and I am always very safe. But it's
Right.
kind of fun just to explore a quiet,
Oh,
silent mall.
I had that moment right after my interview because my interview is like right by the mall, and my parents just went shopping there. They actually went to like, the Dillards and JCPenney's were open. They went shopping, but it was
Hmm.
like quite surreal. Like even like usually that mall can get busy because there's a college, like not the college I took my interview, but there's even a bigger junior college, public junior college. Now most college students like to frequent around and whatnot. But just going in there and seeing like how quiet it is, it felt oddly nice. It
Yeah.
did seem a bit weird because it's like I hope these businesses are not failing, and I've realized some places have already like
Yeah.
replaced to a new business and whatnot. Unfortunately, um,
Hmm.
but it just feels so nice just to like walk around in almost complete silence.
Yeah.
Like nothing's gonna bother you or anything like that. I mean, that was the same thing to say back during the holidays of 2020 because I knew for the fact malls were busy, unfortunately.
They were,
Um,
yeah.
but like it was just nice to just walk around places and then realize it's pretty much quiet, not desolate. I wouldn't say it's desolate.
No.
It's definitely quiet.
Yeah, because you still have your workers and employees and whatever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I loved going to West Ed, so like biggest mall in North America. What up? Uh, Going through that mall with practically silence and actually being able to hear the music playing.
Oh my god, that's weird.
It's so surreal because like even the fountains were off at one point. The one time I visited to get my haircut,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the fountains were off, so you couldn't even hear running water, and it was
Oh,
just
that's just weird.
music. And I was like, this is crazy. I've never seen them all like this. Besides, like when I worked there and like it was before opening hours,
Right. But that
and
was like
I
the
had to
only
get there
time.
early. That's a different context, right? Because like yeah, it's
Right.
open. Not the mall's not really open per se. Just besides like breakfast places, and so that was. I had that same feeling again, but like at like 2 p.m. on like a Thursday. It was crazy.
That's insane. But that's also like nice. I don't know. It's just I think for both of us we find it nice just to see it
Yeah,
quiet
it seemed
and
like
relaxing and
the
peaceful.
amusement park in the mall shut down. Like you can't even like go in and wander it. It's completely
Right.
boarded off. And the water park, not seeing that wave pool on is so weird.
Oh.
Oh, God, it's so weird. But now it's become one of my favorite places to go on my days off because I can hop on a bus, get there in like 20 minutes, and go there before everything opens and just walk around in quiet. And it's so nice.
Just have the whole mall to yourself.
Relatively, yeah.
Relative. Oh, of course.
I'm with my seniors doing my wall
The good
walking.
scene. The mall walker seniors. Oh my god. Do you also have
Yeah.
like if you probably go to like the food court or very open area, you have like those seniors who stretch and exercise, like do light exercising?
No, because food courts are shut down.
Oh.
Like the seating areas and the open areas, they're all shut
Mm-hmm.
down.
Oh, I see. But it,
You
like
can
you don't see
only
like
get your
any.
food to go right now
Oh,
in
okay.
malls.
Is there? But there's like. Do you ever? Have you ever seen like in the mall in the morning? I don't know. I just
Yeah,
were
yeah,
just
yeah,
about to
yeah, yeah,
ask.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where you have those people who stretch.
We had a Tai Chi group once
Oh,
in
really?
near the water park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were like doing Tai Chi, and we had a yoga group at one point. Working at the mall, you when you get there early, you just see some weird things, and so yeah,
Oh,
Tai
yeah.
Chi and like yoga,
I
being done right in the middle of this mall, like by the food court. You're like, am I seeing what I'm seeing right now?
Yeah, I know. I remember because when I went to my junior college like back then, I there were times where I just go to the mall early because my class got canceled. So it's like I have nothing else to do on campus, and I did tell my friends to meet at the mall. So I just like fuck it, let's just go to the mall. Yeah, sure, not a lot of things are open, but then suddenly you just see them doing their exercise. It's like so this is what the mall in the morning feels like.
Yeah,
I broke a set of earbuds and grabbed another pair, and now I can't find another pair that I just grabbed. Uh-oh.
that's a mood.
That is a mood. But yeah, I like that's always like it's I'm like I wonder how surreal it would be going to like the places I'm going to because it's like I know it's starting to come back. a lot more people are traveling. Oddly enough, a lot of people went to Vegas this past couple weekends and caused a whole massive traffic jam going out of Las Vegas to California.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting, like going to like national parks, like I said, like Yellowstone and whatnot, and then other places, just to see has it gone back to normal, busy normal, or is it still nice and quiet for this is the opportunity to go before it gets busy again, sort of deal.
I guess it also depends on the day that you're going and such too, because like on the
Right,
weekend it could be a different story.
right.
Um, but I remember when we went to Athabasca Falls here in Jasper over the summer,
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of fucking people,
Oh boy.
and I did not feel very comfortable. But we wore masks the entire time, despite being outdoors.
Right.
Because at the time the mandate was you can be outside and not wear a mask as long as you keep your distance. And yeah, my family being like one of the only families wearing masks. God, I can't believe how much I'm cringing back at that experience, but there's so many people, and it's like, ah! Um, and yeah, I still feel that way, by the way, especially in my work. When it gets busy in my store and we don't have a capacity limit anymore, because, like, my work just doesn't give a shit.
Oh
Um,
boy.
there's too many people around me, and I just stay at my cart until people leave me, like, leave my
Right.
area, and then I'll go and finish my job. Because I can't. I fucking
Right.
can't.
That's understandable. Because it's like,
Especially because, like, my case, the cases at my work, we've had cases
right.
like crazy, especially from November to February. It was hardcore, crazy cases every week, and that was not good for my anxiety. Mm. And
Oh.
now I'm like, was closed off like tiny little, like, I'll just shove up against like the bananas, and I'm like, no, there's too many people, too many people.
Hiding here. Don't
Mm-mm,
mind me.
mm-mm.
Don't touch me.
Don't,
Don't talk to me.
don't touch me, don't touch my cart. You know you cannot take a produce bag from my cart. Go away. Uh, oh god, the people that touch my cart makes me want to punch them. Or those that like grab like 5 or 6 produce bags and just keep like a scroll, like grabbing and grabbing and grabbing and touching everything on my cart. I'm just like, you need to stop.
Ooh.
We're in a pandemic. I do not feel safe with you doing that. Please stop. And
Grab
then
your own bag
having
somewhere.
there's bags on the sides, literally on every freaking side of the aisle. There's bags. Don't touch mine. Um, and then people yell at me because they're like, "Well, you're not being very like customer friendly," and I'm like, "I don't need to give you customer service if you're gonna give me COVID."
It's not customer service if you give me something else that I don't want.
Oh boy, that's not a healthy slogan to say.
It's not customer service if you give me COVID. No, I'm not gonna put that as a title. I won't like. That's not customer service if you give me an unwanted gift. There we go.
Oh boy, like herpes. Anyway, I'm glad we finally got to
Wow.
lunch.
Okay, I think with that I should probably end this.
Whoa, we're ending already?
I realize it's been 2.5 hours. Wait, have I been streaming? Oh my god. So apparently, for the past 2.5 hours, I've been streaming my face out of focus.
Oh.
I look like a blurred mess for the whole 2.5
I
hours.
don't think you did. I think it was focused, but you just zoomed in so that it was out of focus.
Right. Oh
I
well.
think you were fine.
Hopefully. Damn it. Why did you say that part?
I'm sorry. I don't know. For some reason, I felt like we were going to go longer, but dang, I guess not.
I realized it's like, dang, 2.5 hours. I thought it was like a lot shorter though, actually. I thought it was only been like an hour and a half. I was like, oh, maybe I could do another load. And I'm looking at the time, it's like 2.5. Dang. um,
You
who
were? Like,
knows?
was he out of focus then? Or, like, was he fine? I'm sorry, I don't understand the you were. It could be in both contexts.
Right, it could be. I'm kind of curious now. Let's look. Thing. He was fine.
He was
Okay,
fine.
good.
There we go. Okay.
Awesome. That works out then. Yeah, it probably just went out of focus when I went to the big cam and someone like, oh look, blurry and pink. I know these lights are very strong, by the way. It really
They are.
fucks up the webcam, but man, I love these lights. Wait, dang, yeah, like covering it now. Hey, you're back on chat. The wagon.
Yeah, I'm just since we're ending the stream, I'm just gonna plug in all my things here. I have a channel. I
Yeah, she
YouTube
has a channel.
things.
That's true.
I post videos twice a week, so check it out. I
She does.
share tweets. That's my biz on Twitter, is I just share things, and I'm the best
Dragon's
dragon
best dragon.
apparently.
Oh, yeah, she is. 100%.
If you think I'm the best dragon, then buy me a coffee so I can feel my crazy
Feel her.
workload and ethic.
I was about to say something very stupid, but I'm not going to go there because I don't think I
That's
have the right.
okay. I almost told your entire stream that I wanted to die earlier, so that's
Oh,
neither here nor there. But I'm okay. Just give me coffee, guys, and I'll be fine. It links to my PayPal, and I will literally buy Starbucks with it.
Starbucks. Ooh.
Oh my god, Starbucks is open at 6 a.m. here now, by the way, and I was a little too happy about that this morning and got Starbucks at 6:30 in the morning.
You're open. I need that Starbucks.
No, thanks you. But those are all my things. Check them
Those
out,
are all your
like them,
things.
follow me on all the things because you can follow me on Coffee. I haven't posted there in a while, but there's a goal set for therapy.
I'm posting
Yeah,
that too
because I would
because I
like to
did
have a
the
therapy
comments.
session again. And yeah, that's the actual podcast I started at the very beginning of this year, literally week 1 of 2021.
Legit.
So fun fact, we have
17?
experienced 17 weeks of this year already. Oof.
Ooh, dang. I think that is actually a third of the way there now, officially. Because
Yeah,
technically 52 weeks, the nearest number is 51, which is 17.
yeah,
A third
yeah,
of it is
yeah.
17.
Boom, guys. We are killing it, I think. But I have a podcast.
Whoa, we're third way there. Anyways.
We'll see in a few months. We're halfway there. Anyway,
Oh, yeah,
my
definitely.
podcast really is just about anything and everything. I have talked about D&D. I've talked about anime. I've talked about TV shows. I've talked.
Life.
I really like about life, Toastmasters. So if you want more information about Toastmasters, I do a really
Mm-hmm.
good in-depth series about it there, and you can listen to all my speeches up to a point
And
there.
experiences in life. Yeah, experiences in life and everything. She's just all rounder podcast of herself about everything
Yeah,
that you would like to know. Especially like for like those who like she like considering everything. There's a lot of uniqueness in us and especially her when she like talks about and joins all this stuff. So it's really enlightening to hear her podcast just to see like the experience and whatnot. Gives a new
yeah.
light in
I
things.
bring a refreshing take to life. I think. Sure, we'll go with
Better
that.
than any blogger out there.
I don't think so, but thank you. There's all my things. But anyway, like that's my promotional things. Go do the things and follow me. And I've got other social media links that you can find through YouTube descriptions
Oh
or
yeah.
Twitter, my pinned tweet. So like Discord channel, and I have merch,
Your
and
extra life fund,
I'm
I think
having an
too.
extra life fundraiser. So there's all these other additional links that you can find through YouTube descriptions or on my pinned tweet on Twitter. And that
Ding.
is me.
That is you. You are the a mythical dragon. I don't know what's going with that.
Lives in her
Um,
dragon's den.
and that and her dragon's den. Ooh, I like that. That's a good way. Point it out.
I almost
And I
put
guess
I
since
almost put
dragon is
Titter instead of Twitter. Fun
titter.
fact.
But yeah, Dragon's just posting out a couple of links of myself. If you haven't already, subscribe to me on YouTube. I will be uploading videos of GeoGuessr Let's Play this Truck and Talk Thursday, which will be coming out on Tuesday. If you already see this on YouTube, this is already uploaded on Tuesday. Woohoo! But also other things and hopefully vlogs of the trip. I think my set schedule. I said it. I have a vlog coming up tomorrow, talking about it. But I think I may set my schedule, if possible, to do every like Tuesday to replace Truck and Talk with a vlog. And then, pending how I want to do it, maybe just put additional days for vlogs and whatnot. We'll see. It's still, that's not as concrete as I thought it would be, but things change and all that fun stuff. So be prepared, and also follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm going to actually do updates and whatnot to maybe both my channel and plus the travel and whatnot. And then if you want to see pretty pictures, because man, I will take a lot of pretty pictures, whether it be landscapes, items, things, and whatnot. Follow me on
Food.
Instagram. Oh, and food. Yes, definitely the food as well. Oh, I can't wait. I want to like try all the foods and take all the pictures. Even it might look like crap, I'll take a picture anyways, sort of deal. But do follow me on Instagram as well for all that fun stuff. For fun, pretty photos. Twitter for the fun, stupid shit, and YouTube for the fun and crazy videos.
No matter
Everything's
what
fun.
you do and what you click on, it'll be fun and crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, thank you again, Dragon, for being the amazing best guest to have every week on Truck and Talk, talking about stuff, life, and derpiness all along.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to use tonight for more speech practice
No
and
problem.
to ramble, yeah. Like I do in my podcast, basically.
It's
So,
always great to ramble, and most of the times it becomes unfiltered ramble, so that's fine.
like herpes.
I
That's
heard.
not. Please end the stream.
See that this is why like I know when to end the stream. When something hits the cutting room floor, it's done. We're done. Anyways, I hope you guys had a fun time watching this whole extravaganza of the kind of final truck and talk, but it's not going to be final. Once I'm back in California, back at home, hopefully I'm not busy as stupid. Busy as stupid? Yeah, busy as stupid. Let's go with that. I'll be streaming back truck and talk, and hopefully when we come back, I'm flying to Europe in game to for Euro Truck Simulator 2. That was
Yeah,
a
that'll be
terrible
the
joke.
next. That'll be the next season of Truck and Talk. We'll be
Oh
in
yeah, it'd be the next
Europe.
season. I actually may have like yeah, this will definitely be the end of Truck and Talk season 4 technically. I almost spit out my soda.
I have that effect on people. You're welcome.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, no, I think when we go to your truck, I'll definitely state it. It'll be season 5 because I've been doing this in seasons. It's great. But yeah, in any case, I hope you guys have a great day or night, or wherever the heck you are. I'll see you wherever and whenever. That is Dragon over
Literally.
there, and this is Spam Waits. Big screen. Aw, this looks ugly.
Wow.
See ya. Wait, I could do this better. Bye.